Here we go, baby. We are back live for the very first time in 2026. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the very first episode of Season 3 is what I'm going to be calling it, of the Tribe Talks. We have done more episodes than I can shake a stick at. Carthrick, welcome back with the beanie over the headset. Looking like a completely sane person. How you doing, Carth? Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while.
I'm doing well. Holidays were good.
Good.
Beginning of the year is getting spicy, so I'm good with that.
Spicy? I mean, are we talking about Galaxy of Heroes here or your love life?
Well.
Both can be true.
I don't want to be tooting my horn too much today. Well, I mean, no, just between like work and then Galaxy of Heroes, I'm interested to see kind of where the rest of things go. The new Conquest unit was kind of dope.
Yeah.
Pretty stoked about that. Really hoping it's not the only thing they introduce from there, but I have some suspicions that it might be, given the fact that they bothered to rework missions unique.
Yeah. And Basti also had, I say rework. Basti's Force Bond also includes Satele as the leader now.
Oh yeah, which I'm fine with that part.
That's a nice little,
the straight nod to using mission inside of
TWs.
Inside of TW with her, it was just like we couldn't dig out one marquee.
No.
There's not a single Jedi we could possibly dig out from the Old Republic. And I mean, and I'm not saying that they don't. that they don't do it at all. I'm just to the point where I'm just like, come on.
You couldn't give me one. Yeah.
Don't stop there. That's all I'm asking. Like I'm great with Satele Shan. I would love to see it, but the fact that they are doing I mean, and the thing is, though, is that mission could be the temporary placeholder because of the era system. Even
Sure
if they
could be.
bring us a new marquee, it's, it's 3 months after the era starts before we get it. So
Yeah.
if it's a gap filler, I'm fine with that. I just really hope they're not stopping there. I really do hope we are spending a bit more time building up the Old Republic team, because it's like I don't want to say that the team's garbage, but
it's not great.
It's designed to be on par with Malgus, kind of.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say Jedi Knight Revan is on par with Malgus. Like, Jedi Knight Revan was on par with Dr. Malak back in the day.
Well, yeah, but Satele is supposed to be on par.
Oh, sorry,
Malgus
Satele, right?
In power level,
Mm-hmm.
but the problem is that Dr. or Malgus's team has a epic confrontation unit, and the Republic team doesn't. So I was kind of like,
but Conquest, kind of equals it out.
Well, but maybe we get like Mitra Surik as a random legendary unit that kind of fills the team in and acts as the TW component of it. Maybe they do another Sith Empire character to make Malgus more powerful in TW. Give me freaking what's his name?
Proxy. Give me Proxy.
No. It's the Sith from SWTOR, and I can't remember. It's her counterpart throughout part of the game. I can't think of his name.
I don't know because I didn't play it. I'm sorry. I wish I could help.
It would come back to me the second I could see it. But there's a Sith that is her counterpart in part of the DLC that they kind of like are the balancing points between light and dark side as she kind of walk in the middle. Darth Mar, there it is. Somebody in the chat knew it. Darth Mar, that would be a great.
Okay.
That would be a great unit to add to Malgus's team to make to bring in CW viability to the Sith Empire faction, and then do like Mitra Surik for the Old Republic side of things. That would be kind of cool to see.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Just to bring in something. I'm like, I just want more content from that era. That's all I'm really hoping for. Is like, I don't want to go do a one-off and then like, we're back to, Ahsoka and Mandalorian
or something else. We had Pirates for God's sake last year, so it could be something completely offset. There'll be the Yuzhang Vong or something. Although I know a lot of people will probably go crazy.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be massively surprised at this junction if this doesn't begin the laying the groundwork for maybe a Revan Reborn GL this year.
I mean, I don't think we've ever had a closer indication of it could go towards him ever. Yeah. Right? This is the closest we've ever got to a Revan Reborn. Now, I'm not sold. I don't necessarily think it's going to be, just because, like you said, with the Omicron being given to Mission, it might be a temporary thing to tide the team over, but it just feels kind of like,
well, if they're doing Revan Reborn, they need to go down KOTOR 2's characters. You need to bring in the Exile and Mitra Surik. They're very big parts of his story. Lord Scourge would be another big character from that particular part. And he's kind of he's a Sith Lord at the time, but he works with Revan.
Works with Revan?
Anyways, yeah.
In KOTOR 2?
No. In the books. It's
right.
It's part of the books.
Sorry. I was getting confused.
But he's in SWTOR, the game as well. So they could make him a very unique team that with new characters, but they got time. I mean, we got time. Usually the GL is third quarter, so we got a bit of ways down the road to get to it, but I would be happy with that. I don't hate the new content, but unless the new content is like the daughter, the son, the father, and freaking what's her nuts, Abeloth, like I
don't see us getting Abeloth. I'll be honest.
Not yet. No, we're too far away from that being a reality. I would be happy with getting also using the SWTOR launching point to go to Darth Vitiate or Vitiate in
Okay.
general,
Yeah.
and have Vitiate with his wife and then 3 kids. I would be cool with that as well. I would also take that pivot as well because that would be a lot of fun. But um, I just I want to go any other direction than following the current media. Like I
No,
just
no,
am
I get it, and I
so
can
tired of
understand
it.
that because, and also it's not like we've been getting absolute bangers coming out, right? So, until something comes out that's actually so damn good that we really want to get those units in the game, like for
Yeah,
me, I enjoyed Skeleton Crew, for example, but I didn't like fucking love Skeleton Crew. Like what the last like show that they released that I really enjoyed was like season 1 of Mando. Like that was like, damn, this is a really good show. And then it kind of peaked. Season 1 was great. Season 2 was pretty good, and then it just kind of got a little bit funky and weird. But they haven't really released anything that felt like that good to me since Mando. So I'm just not that excited for stuff.
yeah.
You
Well,
know.
I don't want it to feel rushed. I'd rather them take an off year and give us more time to develop the a much more polished version of what like a GL Thrawn looks like, of
Mm-hmm.
what maybe the possibility of working in something with the Mandalorians outside of what we had with Bo-Katan, and I would just rather give them more time to get the full picture out, because usually when they try to get in front of stuff, they're trying to minimize the character's final form, and I would rather see a much more dominant version of Thrawn than just Thrawn has
Well,
come back to the galaxy.
listen,
I would
I
like a much more pinnacle Thrawn moment.
I get that. And personally, I don't mind if they brought out another Thrawn, but if they're going to do a Galactic Legend Thrawn, I feel that should be a pinnacle version. If they just want to bring out a version of Thrawn that's like, hey, look, this was Ahsoka season 1 Thrawn, I would
Yeah.
be okay with that, and he was just a legendary unit or a conquest unit or an epic confrontation, Like, I'd be okay with that, but if they released GL Thrawn, it has to be, like you said, it has to be the pinnacle. It has to be like
Yeah.
this is Thrawn in his deadliest form. So that's the only sort of clause that I would put on that, because then it
Yeah.
gets weird. We've already got that weirdness with Darth Vader. We've got that weirdness with Yoda. It's like
Yeah.
we've got Grandmaster Yoda, and it's not that he's a bad legendary. He's great. It's just he's one of the oldest legendaries in the game, and
Yeah.
he hasn't aged well.
Well, the thing is too is that like there's so many other mechanics now that just kind of he can't work with,
Mhm.
because like either you can't gain turn meter, or there's things that prevent his buffs from functioning properly, and the fact that he's just made of paper half the time,
Yeah,
there's
there's a
nothing that
little bit of the stat development there's been a lot of creep, and not only stat
yeah.
development, but the damage modifiers as well have also increased quite drastically.
Well,
So
and
it's
I
like,
kind of wish they'd go back and update his unique a little bit to be a little bit more malleable to the current game environment, because it's like he's got a pretty interesting leadership, but of course it's just dead in the water comparatively to where everything else is in the game.
yeah.
But they could easily like tweak the unique a little bit to make it a little bit more.
But he doesn't have a unique. Like,
That's right.
genuinely,
He doesn't.
if
Right.
if
I
if you
forgot.
if you change his leadership, if you change his leadership to a unique, all of a sudden Yoda's fucking great.
Yeah.
Because that way, Yoda, Jedi allies gain 30% tenacity. That's nothing great, but whatever. Whenever they resist a debuff, they gain 30% turn meter, crit chance up, crit damage up, and when they suffer a debuff, they gain tenacity up for 1 turn, and he's immune to shock. Like, if that was just a unique, that's actually a really decent unique all of a sudden. But
the biggest issue with him is that the GR faction went really heavy in like to no turn meter manipulation,
yeah.
and so there's like he can't do the thing, which is like they either need to build up another GR team that you can use him on, because I mean, yeah, Queen Amidala works, right? Queen Amidala is viable, but it's not always the best option. It's usually just like, are you abusing a Kron to make it really hard for Bane
I mean,
to kill him?
Yoda just, like, in a Queen Amidala Kron, to me, he just feels like we'll throw him with Queen Amidala in the hopes that he causes enough foresight to upset Bane. And that's kind of it.
Yep.
You know?
That's the hat trick. Is
Mason Yoda or something to get lots of foresight.
Does the turn meter loops hit just right where he is getting that foresight up every time Bane's about to use the drain ability or whatever else that he's got going on? And so it's one of those characters where, like, I would like to see something better. I'd like to see them actually come back and try something different, but I mean, it's hard to say.
I'm definitely not against them doing another version of Yoda. Like, if they want to release another Yoda, and I'm not talking about like Yoda and Chewie, that in my opinion doesn't count.
That's fair. That's more Wookiee than Yoda anyway.
It definitely feels more like it's Wookiee than Yoda. If they wanted to release like a High Republic Yoda or something like that, I'm down with it. A Force Ghost Yoda, I'm down with that. Let's bring it on, you know. But
I could go with another, epic confrontation or journey guide character where it's like they are the light side Jedi version of Palpatine, where it's like every time they're passing buffs, they're getting turn meter and they just go burr.
That would be kind of cool. Instead of inflicting debuffs to gain turn meter, you pass buffs to gain turn meter. And if they did it that this turn meter is unpreventable, that would be interesting. Because I mean, we just had the Satele Shan kit reveal, right? And I did have a giggle to myself with this is the very first kit ever where they've introduced a faction-wide anti-no revive. I was like, okay, so we've got instant kills, we've got instant kill prevention, we've got permanent death, and now we've got anti-permanent death. It's like, okay, are we going to have anti-permanent death coming up next? Like,
well, I mean, that's like the only way you can honestly make the Shock T team, not Shock T, Jesus Christ, the Satele Shan team like actually a threat, though, because there are so many ways to just put that team in the ground where it's just like, you need Jolee to be a problem, and he's not a problem until if he can't revive. So it's just like it gives you some legs to work with.
I think the biggest issue with that team right now, the Satele Shan team, is there's no pre-taunt, and it's slow as balls.
Is there not?
No. There are reactive taunts, but there's no pre-taunt. So, and she's like 260 speed. The whole team is like 260 base. It's not a fast team. She has a reactive taunt. Sorry?
You mean 160?
No, 260 base speed.
That's not...
No, yes, I mean 160. Sorry. God.
That's not possible.
You're too quick, bitch.
That would be one of the fastest.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, like, fastest is like, what, 207 or something like that.
Yeah,
base.
the fastest non-PL is Tusken Chieftain.
Is it really? I thought we had one recently that was faster for a base speed that's a non-GL. Who was it?
Not that I know.
I swear somebody was lightning quick. I just can't remember who.
Character stats, speed again. 200. Staff is 208. Tusken Chieftain's 204. And everything above that is GLs.
Oh, okay.
Moff Gideon's 198. Luthen's 198. Echo's 198. Ezra Exile's 195.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper Luke 194.
There we go. Yeah.
So yeah. He's up there, but
he's definitely up there. So I think that's my concern, is that the team is too slow. And somebody in one of my comments said that EP Mara Jade probably actually just steamrolls it. Because Mara Jade is like 196 or something.
Yeah.
All she needs to do is get the TM train rolling. They're immune to stuns, but they're not immune to turn meter reduction until Basti taunts. And she doesn't have an unpreventable, undispellable taunt until she uses her special. So if you've shocked the team, and they're not immune to shock, she can't taunt, so she can't prevent the turn meter gain. So you could just be like EP Mara Jade, even without Darth Vader's dual end and Thrawn, it might just, and this isn't necessarily a problem. I want to be clear. Teams should have counters, right? But it's like, oh, yeah, I suppose if the team can't actually get any legs, that's my concern. No pre-taunt, and it's not got one fast unit to get the team rolling. Because Revan's pretty quick, but he's only really quick if he's in the lead, because he's gaining that extra 5 speed from all the Jedi and Old Republic on the team. And Basti's not quick, and Jolie's not quick, and Juhani's not quick, and Mission's not quick. So it's like, but hey, we'll see when she comes out more than anything.
Yeah, there might be something that puts her a taunt on her at some point. I'm just trying to read through her kit or the unique real quick to see if there's anything.
Mission Zombie gives them 100 speed. I think it does, but that's for the first turn only. So for the first turn, that's fine. But if you'll get, again, you can actually just take EP Mara Jade, and Mara Jade takes a turn at the start of battle in TW. So it's like it'll still get counted by EP. Like, I feel like it'll get counted. Maybe it won't. But it feels like it will just get controlled right at the rip.
Yeah, the biggest issue for Satele is keeping the fire on her, which is going to be like, unless there's a way to get stealth out on the rest of the team.
Like, if they'd have just given her a pre-taunt, like at the start of battle, this unit taunts for 1 turn, which is undispellable. Like, I would feel entirely different about it, because that would immediately stop turn meter gains turn 1. But if you just go first, it just shuts down so much of that team, I feel. Because she needs to taunt.
Yeah. Well, and she's got a lot of reactive taunts that'll make it really annoying.
Yeah.
But the problem is that there's only one that can't be prevented, and that's the one on her special, and everything else is just whatever. It's
like a prevent. Yeah, she's got like, I think it's when an ally goes below 75% health, she taunts. And but that's not unpreventable. So if she's got shock or buff immunity or doubt or anything like that, she just won't get the taunt. And then you can just target down Revan and you can kill him. And then there's no savior. And you're like, I'm feeling a little bit worried.
She does give Revan a unique for that, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when so if he drops
25% for the first time, they recover 100% health protection. If Generate Revan is an ally, he also gets this benefit.
Yeah.
So it's a mini savior for him. But if you can blow him past it, it won't save him like a savior would.
And he's quite chunky, and I think she gives 100% max protection and health to the team. I think it's like 50% doubled for Old Republic or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember now.
Offense and protection doubled for Old Republic Jedi
protection.
Allies.
So that health threshold, you maybe we'd have to mod him for health to make sure that he triggers that 20%.
Yeah.
Like have him in a really fast, speedy health set to make sure you don't like get him to 40% and just blow him up with one big hit. And chew straight through. If they'd have triggered his his savior mechanic, where if he's in the lead, he gets it himself. If they'd have given him that savior mechanic as well, even if he's not in the lead under Satele, like updated that part of his kit, his savior kit, to say if he is in the lead or Satele Shan, when he reaches 1% healthy, but because that actually doesn't matter. You can't blow through that damage, can you? With Revan's leadership. It's not like even if you were to like overkill the 1%, it doesn't matter. It always triggers.
Well, because Savior is the first time they would be dropped below 1% health, and so you can't get around it unless you have an instant defeat mechanic. Whereas Satele is specifically looking for that threshold. It's the same way Rey's life or her damage immunity works. If you just zero them out from 1% above,
you can skip the DI.
You can skip the DI. It just sucks that they can get revived, because then of course they can if it hasn't triggered yet, they can still trigger it.
Yeah.
But
again, I don't I don't actually know if these are going to cause issues for that team. It might actually be fine. Maybe EP for some reason actually. Oh, hang on, you can't generate enough turn meter to create. To disrupt the team enough and take out Revan quickly enough and start chipping away. You know,
Well,
because I'm thinking
the
that team's
first-
going to have Darth Vader's dual end, and I'm sure that's going to be great for that team.
Yeah, the first turn you can take, Bastila will get a bonus turn and put legendary battle
Yeah.
meditation on everybody.
Which is
But
nice.
it's surviving to that first turn is the
Mhm.
problem. I'm having a hard time seeing that part of it where it's like,
Yeah.
there'll be
'Cause-
annoying things that can happen, but I just
Like,
don't think it's gonna be enough.
I feel like even CLS just, you know, gun down Revan turn one.
Well, I think CLS might just be too slow. Unless you get a lucky expose trigger, I don't think you'll be able to chunk through them fast enough.
Well,
But
hang on.
I don't-
Doesn't CLS generate turn meter when they resist debuffs though?
They will, yeah.
And
They
they've
will
got
still generate
like they've got quite a lot of tenacity.
Yeah,
this
but-
Satele team, right?
They do, but the bonus turns take precedent on turn meter generation.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you drop them to certain points, they'll just take their bonus turns. They might be able to rally it back around and out of it.
Yeah, maybe.
But
yeah,
I
And-
I don't have enough context, and I'm really hoping that they add something else to this team. Because like I don't mind Juhani, but we've learned from
Yeah.
forever ago that the last thing Juhani wants to do is tank. And the only reason that she's been recently good outside of TW is because of Zalbar's Ami.
which is
which-
actually
Which again,
somebody brought that up in one of my comments, thinking you could actually just throw Satele under Old Republic with Zalbar's army, because she's probably just going to be objectively better than Juhani. Giving 400% offense to Satele is probably better, but
yeah,
you know,
yeah, probably.
because she'll still have 2 active armies, right? She just won't have her leadership, and her leadership is very good. But
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, is that it feels like Satele right now is aiming at that 3v3 market with Revan and Bastila.
yeah, which would be fun.
And Jolie and Juhani aren't really their long-term homes. I think they're planning on adding a couple characters to that team, but it
I
does
really hope so.
raise
I do.
another question, and I think you brought this up initially in your video, is what do you do without JML
losing
JML
yeah.
without Revan? Because like you don't like Revan really helps on just getting those turns back to Cal to help get that instant defeat out really quick.
Yeah.
And then the mark really helps too. But I
Mhm.
mean, I wonder if they're gonna just add a Jedi to fill that role, and we're just adding Jedi moving forward in the next era. Maybe just adding Jedi and Sith in the next era. Who knows?
I really don't know, but I do
like-
feel like JML, like it's not like Jedi Knight Revan is like the linchpin of the JML team. He isn't, but he's so nice to have, and JML already feels like he doesn't perform as well as a lot of GLs offensively, and he's not kind of your go-to, oh, this is my GL counter. He's kind of like, I will kill anything that's not a GL. And whilst that's useful, it's not useful enough, in my opinion. So we do need another JML unit, I do feel. Desperately now.
Yeah, because you need something in there that kind of has that all-arounder approach that Revan does bring into the team, the turn meter swap and the cleanse and the mark and things.
Even
of
the
that
savior,
nature.
you know, like that
the
can
savior
sometimes
still-
help.
Well, yeah, you can inadvertently get clutched down and survive that. But right now, for the biggest part, a lot of JML just gets stuck behind the fact that most of what he's countering either prevents his turn meter from doing anything in the first place, or if he doesn't go first, you might as well you're just chalking up for a really messy counter.
What they should do is they should give JML a Jedi unit that's got a GAC army, right? That states whenever you deal true damage with a special ability, you deal that damage again.
Oh god.
So inherited teachings is all of a sudden a real fucking threat.
What they really need to do is bring in a version of the character that does more with the Jedi lessons. Because Satele has like a little bit of a mechanic.
Yeah,
with
she's got it. Yeah.
But they need a way to get Jedi lessons out faster and make it like an unpreventable buff because that's the biggest problem that ends up happening with JML half the time is like if you get any kind of buff immunity or whatever else, your ult takes ages to get out the door. And so if they had some way to go, hey, you know,
they could put that on the lifter unit that inherited teachings becomes an unpreventable buff.
Yeah, I would even take Jedi Leia. I know people are saying Ghost Yoda in the chat, but I would
Jedi training Leia,
yeah, Jedi training Leia. That would be a cool one to get.
To be honest, like I would even take General Leia from the sequels, but I feel like General Leia should really be a resistance unit rather than a Jedi.
Yeah.
But it feels like Rey's got enough lifters. Rey's okay at this point. She's okay.
Well, I mean, if you were going to do it, it would need to be for Finn Zori, and that team is already so problematic on a developer standpoint that I doubt they add to that team. They would just be better off creating another resistance team and being like, so this is Haldo's going to go with General Leia, and then we're going to take maybe
OG
Resistance Pilot. No, OG Poe is so good with the team right now.
Yeah, but that's only because of the Datacron.
Not even with that. Without it, he has one of the few like AOE exposes that you can trigger. Otherwise, you're relying on just the ones you get from Zori's Omicron, or if you can happen to land one out of the rip with the basics. But I mean, either which way, I like Poe a lot more. I use him in TB all the time because he's gives you more exposes than anybody else does.
I don't use that team in TB. They're all Relic 5.
I don't mind I don't mind Rose Tico in the team, but I feel like her Omicron's not quite enough oomph unless there's a Datacron supporting her.
Yeah, sure.
To put it together. But I mean that's one man's opinion on the particular characters.
Sure.
But yeah, I would be interested to see if they bring a couple of Jedi in to help
Luke. Yeah. I feel like he so needs a lifter now.
Well, he needs something. Like I know he doesn't have a triple Ami GAC character, but he's one of those characters where I feel like if they did that, it would almost be too good.
Well, I mean that is. I think Luke is actually one of those knife edges where it feels like it's not that he's terrible. He's good, but he's not good enough to do anything of material worth. But if you bring out a really strong unit, he goes from being nearly good to being way too fucking good. And that can be an issue. That can be a real issue. So they'd have to be very careful with it, and maybe they just don't have the capacity.
Well, no, I just think that you just don't want to do a triple Omicron character on the team.
Yeah,
you can do it. You can do a new.
They could just do a new marquee, right? They could do a new marquee like they've done this last anniversary set, which the whole thing is just fucking, lifter units, and just give us a Jedi lifter. Give us a Jedi lifter that's going to do some good stuff, and maybe that'll be enough, because that'll be like a single Omicron unit, and that could be the tits.
It doesn't mean that they don't have to do. They could do another, legendary marquee for all I care. They're doing it again with Vader. They could do it again in another set. Yeah, like I won't be upset by that. If they want to use that as a way to bring two Omicron or units out to lift a team, so I would be okay with this.
Yeah it's interesting, but I know we kind of jumped straight into the Galaxy of Heroes stuff when we start, and we don't normally do that. How was your Christmas, Karth? How was your New Year?
Christmas was pretty chill. We didn't do much of anything because it was we were in town, and so we just kind of laid around for the week, and that's about it. There was nothing really going on. New Year's was just work. So I just haven't, on that side of things, just haven't been doing a lot with the holidays. Lots of relaxing.
I'm glad.
The wife and I are going up for Valentine's Day to Montana for a week. Yeah. So we'll go and do that. So I'll be out for those 2 weekends for Tribe Talks, just FYI.
2 weekends, Karth? For God's sake, Karth. God damn it. I'm going to have to find people to come on this show and talk with me for a bit.
We're going to go hang out with some friends on Friday night in Spokane, and then
What
we'll go
dates are these? You said Valentine's.
Yeah, so it's the weekend before. So it's the 8th would be the first Sunday, and the 15th would be the second one.
That's okay. The 8th I'm probably taking off anyway because I'm going to be in London for the rugby to be disappointed.
Time that up perfectly.
Yeah, so we would have 1 week off. I just need a 1 week replacement for Carl. So if anybody wants to come join Tribe Talks on the 14th, 15th, 16th, whatever the fuck it is, let me know, and I will do my best to ignore you. But there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So we had a pretty chill Christmas because we're taking our time off then instead, and so
yeah, fair.
Outside of that, it's just been pretty chill. Not much going on. How about yourself? What did you got going on over the holidays?
We went all over the country, which I suppose to you is probably like going down to the shops to get us some eggs and milk.
Going all over the state versus the country. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Technically, I was in 2 different countries, so Wales and England. But it was good. We had my mum had rented like an Airbnb in Cardiganshire, which is such a beautiful area of Wales, Cardigan, and it was a like a 5-bedroom house with a jacuzzi on a balcony overlooking the river. At winter time, so it was all pretty and cold, and we were in the jacuzzi drinking champagne. And my whole family, well, I say my whole family, my brother was there, my sister was there, her husband, my niece and nephew were there, my mum was there. So we had a nice weekend there, just chilling out with the family, going out eating food and, swapping presents and having a good time. Then I went up to Manchester to see Mrs. Scribble's family. We took them out for a nice Italian dinner. That was lovely. And then we came back home, and it was our very, very first Christmas at home together in our house. First time ever owning a house. So I was like, we're doing Christmas Day and Boxing Day in our house. And it was fucking great, because woke up, I cooked this delicious breakfast. I made Mrs. Scribble some smashed avocado and sourdough with some poached eggs and some chili flakes. And we were having Fuck's Fizz or Bucks Fizz. I had bacon because I like bacon with my poached eggs on toast, and we were drinking from morning until the afternoon. And then I cooked dinner for us, and I kept drinking, and we ate like pigs. A lovely Christmas dinner. I decided to cook lamb instead of turkey because I fucking love lamb. So we had a lovely leg of lamb for our Christmas dinner with beautiful accompaniments. And I just drank all day, and we went to bed absolutely fucking stuffed full of food. And it was just the best. Oh God, it was so good. It was the best. And then on the 3rd of January, it was my grandmother's 90th birthday. So we traveled back to Cardigan because they'd rented out this lovely wedding venue place in the middle of nowhere in Cardigan. It's called T Glyn Aeron. Free pimp for T Glyn Aeron. Lovely place. It snowed. We crashed the car on our drive because the roads were treacherous. But fortunately, we crashed the car going at about 5 miles an hour. So all we did was scratch the paint on the bumper. The car behind us also crashed. Not into us. They also came off because it was like we went over a crest, and the crest was on a turn, and the roads were really icy. So we were going really slow, coming over the crest, and the car just started to slide, and we tried to correct it, but it just like went bump into the fence on the side of the road and the hedges, and the car behind us did the exact same thing. So it was just like, shit. I was just happy we slid out into the fence and not into the oncoming traffic on the other side of the road.
Yeah, that's always the
that could have been worse. And that was the only, like, we skidded a few times because the roads were really dangerous. But that was the only crash that we had, fortunately. And it was great. It was a great 90th birthday for my grandmother. She is very determined that I am my dad and not me. So I got to spend the day being called John. I'm like, no. And she's like, and how are your parents? Are they okay? I was like, well, my mom, who you live with, is sat opposite you and she's doing great. Well, no, I actually, to be honest, she's at that age where her memory has pretty much gone. I don't really care if she thinks I'm my dad. I look a hell of a lot like my dad. I don't really care to correct her because she's just going to forget anyway. She's going to forget anyway in 5 minutes. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll deal with it.
So, no, we're doing great. We're having a fun time out there doing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You just move along.
It's just my mom that keeps on correcting her. I'm like, just don't worry about it.
Just let her have her time in the sun. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Let her have her 6th glass of prosecco. It's okay.
Guess what? She won't remember this, so there's no reason to correct her.
To be fair, if I'm lucky enough to hit 90 years old, I also want to spend it living rent-free in my mother's house, getting pissed. In my daughter's house, rather. Yeah. Sorry, not my mother's house. Yeah. In my daughter's house, getting pissed.
There are definitely worse ways to live one's life.
That would be great. No, that would be great. So, but it was a great Christmas. It was a great Christmas. It was a great New Year's. Thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you, buddy. And then I came back, and we're only really just gearing up for new stuff in Galaxy of Heroes. We've got Barris coming in 2 days, so that's kind of cool.
We got the 2 days of the perpetual ping I can't get rid of.
Oh god, I'm looking at it right now, and it's already irritating me.
Yeah, I saw it today. I was like, oh, look at that thing I can't do. The thing I can't do right now.
It's like, just let me do the event now.
Yeah, you suck. So I mean that I'm excited for Barris because she's actually one of the first characters I'm interested to see how she integrates with a lot of other things, and then finally having a full team of 5.
I've been liking Asajj. I'll be honest. I have been liking Asajj.
Asajj will be really cool with her team as well. I'm actually looking forward to that as well. The other ones I'm not really stoked on because what are we gonna do with them? You know, it's like Luke has some use, sure. Chota with the Wookiees might do funner things in TW than GAC. There's a possibility, but the team's just doesn't really have enough oomph without Datacron support to really kind of like make me excited about it. IG90 good for every other GAC.
Yeah, it's like 3v3 IG90. You do nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could in theory maybe drop out 000. Yeah. Potentially as an option just to try to get what you can out of IG90, but then you're missing the Omicron and you're missing other stuff. So there will be a lot of new stuff to try and test, and I'm excited about that particular portion of it. But it's like Barris is kind of one of those things where maybe she can sneak in somewhere on the Inquisitorious lineup, but she does have a 3v3 team. But again, 3v3 is one of those things where it's like it might do something. Luke's the same way. Luke's got a 3v3 team. It might do something.
I feel like CG really, really, really need to expand the board GAC for at least for Kyber, because frankly, I don't need more teams. Like if they're just another A tier that can beat stuff, I don't need any more. Like I've already got too much to work with.
Yeah. Well, that's the same issue I'm looking at with Satele as well. It's like, cool, another offensive Jedi team. Yay.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of people feel about the Stranger right now. There's a couple of comps that cause some headaches, but outside of that, it's not really a defensively viable team if you can't commit certain things to it. So, all right, back to having another team that just is used on offense that can smoke 80% of the counters.
When was the last time we actually had a board size increased for GAC?
Honestly, the only thing that ever got increased was when they added the ship zone. I think
went from 2 to 3 ships.
Yeah, I think the 5v5 has always been 11.
God damn, this just is way overdue. Way overdue something to make us use more of our roster. And I understand the complaints of like GAC will take way too much time to actually attack, but we just like we just have too many options right now.
Well, I mean, and I wouldn't be upset with a retooling of how GAC functions in a particular parameter, just to make things a little bit more interesting, and then find other, use other possible, game things to bring our roster out. But it's just
Relic Delta
GAC
didn't go far enough. They're going to do a Relic Delta based on total relics in your roster. And for every positive Relic Delta, you gain 1% mastery on all your units. There you go.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised if they did some sort of like ops, like doing ops for GAC, for a bonus for a zone or something like that. I could see them doing something like that. That maybe the bonus gets better depending on the relic levels you commit to the ops. Maybe something like that. I don't know, but I
mean, I've got so many Relic 9 Ewoks. I could do some real good damage there.
Yeah, maybe it's a possibility. I'm just kind of stuck at the point right now where it's like I get why people are hesitant to add more because of the time constraint and everything else that goes with it. But at the same time, if we don't do anything with GAC, then we just start to get this thing where it's like either Datacrons have to get super nutty to make
very specific.
Very specific to make teams like an absolute like threat again, or which also doesn't help because it just makes the game more annoying to play against. People weren't really thrilled about the 4 months of the Darkside Raycron. And so it's just one of those things where it's like at a certain junction, it would be nice to have a change, but it's one of those things where it's like the last Datacron set, besides the major snafu that just is letting a lot of people run around with just out of your gourd good Datacrons.
Yeah, better Datacrons than anybody, well, not anybody, almost anybody has ever experienced. But and it's not on like 1 or 2, it's on 30.
It's on every cron. But in addition to that, it's just the fact that this set is so wide. It has such a usable level 6 in the game where it's just like every team can use it, everybody can do certain things, and so the power creep is really heavy in this particular set where I don't feel like there's quite enough balance to it to warrant doing anything else. And the set that we've got coming up is also incredibly lackluster. So I'm just like,
yes,
I don't know what I'm gonna be mad in the week and a half when Conquest starts,
because you'll be like, I don't even care about this data set.
No, that's part of it. But the other part of it is I have 100,000 currency to burn before my 30. 100 million before I dust my 30 Datacrons plus the FDCs.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, man. Like I can't burn it fast enough. Like I'm hoping either they give a ton of conquest energy or they do something for people who spent a ton on the last set and then got undercut here, because I don't know how I'm gonna deconstruct fast enough to not just piss away endless amounts of data cache on this next set.
Genuinely, looking at this Bounty Protocol set, the only thing that's exciting is Huyang. Like, Huyang's level 9 is actually kind of busted. Like, that actually looks like it's going to turn Glat into a nightmare, especially in TW. Like, that level 9 is insane.
I have done zero.
So I'll read it out to you here. Yeah. Whenever Huyang uses a special, if Syndulla, Padawan Sabine, and Ezra exile our allies, they each gain 40% offense, crit damage, defense pen for 2 turns, and they all assist. If Glat is in the leader, she gains 25% turn meter and offense up. And whenever he gains History of the Galaxy, all allies gain 15% crit chance, stacking to 45, 20% offense, stacking to 60 until the end of battle. Like, That's a lot going on
Well,
whenever he
and-
assists, whenever he does a
And
special.
double down on that level 3 with that is going to be annoying. That freaking 75%, 50%, 25%.
Yeah,
And they
keep the team alive a lot.
Luckily, there's nothing that works universally on the team because he's the only droid present.
Yeah, exactly. The droid level 6 is just kind of like, yeah. I mean, you could have the cooldown, I guess. You could have basically he's got no cooldowns, so he's always doing specials, mass assisting, constantly every turn. That's kind of cool. Yeah. But that's the only one I feel that feels particularly good. The rest just feel like, eh.
Well, I mean, Choppers isn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
He will definitely make the Phoenix countering, Reva and a couple other things way easier.
Yeah, definitely.
Max health increase, offense increase. You can ignore time.
Ignoring the taunt means you don't have to smack away at Reva. You can just go, oh, let's kill GI.
Yeah. You don't have to splash damage the rest of the team down.
Yep.
Fennec does not sound interesting at all.
Fennec it might be okay, but then again, I was going to say, because Fennec is going with, is it Forlom and Zuckuss?
Yeah, Forlom, Zuckuss, and Asajj.
But Forlom and Zuckuss have both got a level 9, and I feel like the Zuckuss one is probably best. Whenever Zuckuss uses a special, all bounty hunter allies gain protection up for 2 turns. Zuckuss calls a random bounty hunter ally to assist, and all allies gain foresight every time he uses a special. Like, that feels better than Fennec's.
That's not bad. And Forlom is just, he inflicts a debuff, they recover 25% health, max 50%. If that was all allies recover that whenever he inflicts a debuff, that would be pretty obnoxious. But again, what are the stats for this set? Protection, health steal, armor pen, crit chance, health, potency, crit damage. So it's
they're good stats.
Oriented, but not by any like catastrophically good measures.
Yeah.
I do like how the CG learned their lesson and just throttled health steal into the floor.
What's the
It's the same as the
God.
The health stat.
Yeah.
20 to 30.
That's
10 to
really
20.
low. I mean,
well,
but the thing is with GL Ray, if you just give GL Ray 20% health steal, it's like one ult and she full heals. You're like, okay, shit.
She doesn't need a lot. No, she really doesn't. And well, that basic will full heal her too because of the freaking.
Well, she can health steal on her basic anyway, but adding more health steal to the basic.
But the health steal on her basic, isn't it doubled?
She attacks twice. Yeah, she does. Well, she does deal damage twice on her basic during her turn. And no, that's it. Ray only health steals with her basic if it's her turn when she uses it. So, like, most of the time, she doesn't health steal. Like, none of her attacks do health steal.
So,
but if it's her turn, she does.
It's the double up on it too. So if it's her turn, she deals damage twice. The attack has 50% health steal and ignores 50% of the target's armor.
Yeah.
In addition, if she is below 50% health, the health steal is doubled. That's why it's so hard, is because you get her to the yellow and she will just full heal.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why? Why are you like this?
Yeah. You gotta watch out for that basic.
I'm okay with it. But yeah, this next Datacron set feels like a filler set, which really sucks because I've got so much to dump into it. I don't even know what I can't. I'm gonna lose out on a ton of resources with this dusting because I can't spend it fast enough. There will be no way to spend the materials fast enough to not lose.
To me, this set very much feels like CG knows after the last set, because they gave us so much fucking power because of all the correction. They're just like, let's give them a bum set so they can do fuck all with it. And we'll wait until the next set afterwards to give them a really good set again. The next set really. Well, the next set after is going to have all the stuff for the new marquees, right? I mean,
the new era. Yeah, so you're going to have Inquisitor, you're going to have Empire, you're going to have. Well, it'll probably it'll probably be Empire because that would cover Inquisitor, Barriss, all the Inquisitors.
They've covered bounty hunters and droids. So technically IG-90 and Asajj is covered in this set. So they would have to do like Empire, and that could cover Barriss and Vader. And then they'd have to do Rebel to cover Luke. But what about Spiderlegs Maul? He's unaligned Force user.
Well,
He doesn't have any other tags, does he? I mean, they might just not give him a Datacron, but I feel like maybe they'll give him an FDC.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is that I'm just trying to think of the most. You could do like Rebel and Wookiees, and then maybe Bounty Hunter, and well, we just did Bounty Hunter, so maybe Scoundrel and
Scoundrel would be good because that would cover IG-90 as well as Bounty Hunters.
Well, as Asajj, so just do
exactly.
Scoundrel and Empire. That would cover. That
Scoundrel,
would cover everything.
Empire. Well, apart from Luke with Rebel.
Rebel and Wookiee. You got your two light.
Oh, sorry. You're talking about FDCs now.
No. Just in general, just because most of the time you have 3 or 4 factions that are represented in the Datacron set. This one's unique, or we'll only
this
have
one's
the 2.
just 2, yeah, for some reason.
But with that being said, though, you could just do like Rebels and Wookiees, and then Scoundrels and Empire, and then just
Rebels,
let
Wookiees,
it run.
Scoundrels, Empire. Yeah.
So I mean, it sucks because the Wookiees is super narrow. Rebels is super broad, so they would do just fine. Scoundrels could go both directions, but with a focus on dark side, that still supports a large swath of the freaking.
And they can have a focused FDC. They could have an FDC for like fucking Starkiller, and it would have something for Maul.
Yeah, well, make Maul the level 15, and then put Starkiller and Stranger on the level.
Oh my god, that team would be obnoxious. Oh,
the team's already obnoxious. Like,
I mean, it kind of gets stomped by CLS.
It's one of those things to where that there's a caveat to that kind of stuff too, though, right? Because it's if you have high mod, like very well modded, very high relics, very high Datacron, like you just got it cracked out like 100%.
Hold up. No, actually, we just had apparently Asajj is actually not a Scoundrel, but she is an unaligned Force user. So they could actually, instead of Scoundrel, do unaligned Force user, but then IG-90 doesn't get something.
Then IG is out of the loop.
It's tricky. It's tricky. I'm surprised she's not a Scoundrel.
Maybe they just give her the FDC and they just say screw it. I don't know. I'm not completely surprised that she's not a Scoundrel, but the whatever, it's fine.
But I mean, isn't like every bounty hunter a Scoundrel?
Pretty close. I think there's only one caveat to that, and I want to say
okay, Jabba is not a Scoundrel.
Yeah. That might be the caveat I'm thinking of. Because I know Gift Guard is the opposite. He's a Scoundrel,
he's not a bounty hunter. Yeah, he's a Hutt Cartel as well.
I also find it how Jango's a mercenary, but Boba Fett's not.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right?
They do the same damn thing.
Yeah, it's just Jabba. He's the only bounty hunter that's not a Scoundrel.
Oh, okay. Well, they're going for another one then.
Yeah. So, for now.
Which is fair. Yeah. Well, which is fair because the Scoundrel tag's pretty wide.
It's a pretty big tag, yeah. But I don't know.
Maybe they just say screw it and they give it an FDC and let this cron set kind of fade out, because this cron set doesn't really have anything that I would write home about.
No,
there are some interesting things on the level 6s for bounty hunters as a faction, but that's about it, right? Whenever a bounty hunter inflicts a debuff on the enemy, they gain 30% offense, stacking to a max of 300% until the end of the battle. Whenever an enemy resists a debuff, bounty hunter allies gain potency up for 2 turns. I mean, that's kind of fun,
Yeah.
The next one sucks.
For that
it's kind of sucky. The one after that is really, really sucky, because I don't know why you'd want to TM suppress as Hutt Cartel. The last one, I guess, might have some implications if you can, recover some stuff. But
a Jabba team will still like 100% more damage if they've got full health and protection. There's plenty of recovery in that team to do some good damage, but I wonder if that's even better than having 300% more offense from inflicting fuckloads of debuffs.
But the thing is, though, is that Bausch will get that 100% offense increase. I know 100% more damage, 100% more offense is not the same thing, but she will get that usually by like turn 2.
Yeah.
She'll just throw a couple thermals out and then she'll have it. Like I think
well, the thing is, the offense stacks up to 300%.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying for it to equal out, it doesn't take very long.
No.
I know the 100% damage is not the same as 100% offense, but
yeah, if it's every individual instance of debuff, or if it's a debuff on their turn, it's a little bit different, right? Because if she does the AoE and she puts two thermals on every unit in 5v5, all of a sudden we're looking at 10 debuffs, so she's already gaining 300% straight away, one turn. Like, boom, 300% extra offense, right?
Well, that's how it should be, because it doesn't have any caveats to limit it to once per turn.
No, exactly.
And it says a debuff, not whenever they inflict it.
An instance of, So I'm hoping it's every time, because that would mean, you can just drop it. But also, if you pair it with the level 3 dark side of whenever dark side allies inflict 4 debuffs, you can 10% chance to reduce cooldowns. Like, that's kind of a nifty thing to pair. Like, cooldown reduction as well as stacking crap loads of offense on debuffs. That's kind of neat. Although she won't get that because she's a light side. So,
to be honest, it's like the only one that would be interesting would probably be
you got the buffs or the stacking offense.
Basic.
Yeah.
Well, buffs on basic, that's good for imp troopers. That could be fun for them to come back and be annoying again. But just the zero, well, no droid there. Well, but can we do dark side droid? I don't think we can. I think it'll be light side droid and dark side bounty hunters, and they won't cross over, which was gonna suck even worse.
Well, I've only done I rolled one up to, because I asked myself that question. I rolled up one Datacron to light side, and light side does tag droid, but what I don't know is if dark side also can potentially tag droid, because we have got IG-88 as a level 9, and he's both a droid and a bounty hunter, and I don't know if there's going to be a bleed over there.
Well, the one that's more interesting is IG-86, because IG-86 is not a bounty hunter.
But he doesn't have a level 9.
Does he not?
No, 88 does.
Oh, IG-11.
Oh, yeah, because he's droid light side. So
he's light side droid, BB is light side droid, 3PO's light side droid.
So I can see IG-11 on the light side, which means he'll be there for light side droid. But is IG-11 also going to appear on dark side bounty hunters? I don't know. Well, probably not, right?
No. Yeah. They've got what, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total here. No, it'll be split between light side droids and dark side bounty hunters.
Yeah. All right, Karth, you need to give me 2 seconds. I need to visit the little boy's room. Bear with me. 1
Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
So many Mississippis.
He's not back, so now this is Karth stream. We are no longer Scribe Gaming. We are made new. We are something else, something different, something greater. Or whatever you want to believe. But yeah, no, here we are, hanging out, scouring the newest things in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I just, I have a hard time with this set being so shitty. I'm just not happy about it. There is just not enough resources to dive into. There's, what are you going to do with that many crons that just can't go anywhere? I'm going to be a sad panda to watch all that stuff get flushed down the drain. Not fun. How do you find Scribe's Discord? Well, you would immediately find it via... it's not Twitch. You got to go... Hold on. I will see if I can Yeah, there you go. Bay 94's got it. I'm too slow. I'm way too slow with that, even though I have multiple screens up and can stare at stuff at the same time. I am just running on half power today. I'm exhausted. Not sleeping long.
Alrighty then. Did you miss me?
No.
Alright,
But
fuck you
yes.
then. Just pretend, Garth. God, is that so hard?
It is. It is very challenging to
very-
pretend.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, new Datacron set just doesn't look that
No.
new
Like
hotness.
Chopper looks cool. Hu Yang looks cool. Maybe you could do something with Zuckuss. But what am I gonna do with the better part of 200 million data cache
Okay.
that I just am gonna flush?
So Garth, I don't know if you ever heard of this concept, but whale softer is that a thing? Like you can
no.
whale harder, but is there such a thing as whale softer on Datacrons?
Well, I mean, again, it would have been fine had we not had the massive influx of free and cheap to re-roll and build up new Datacron and stuff like that. But I am hopeful that we do get FDCs for this set because we don't have that information.
Yeah,
yet.
it's not there yet. Which is
in the last
weird.
patch. I was looking through we're supposed to have an update like no later than Thursday, which would still be fine because that would still give us the week before Conquest starts, because Conquest week 3 starts, I guess, tomorrow. So we would still get it done, but it wouldn't refresh in the store until, that would be gross. You'd have like the day before things dust to get everything. God, I hope the update comes out before then. Otherwise, it's really going to suck. Don't do it, CG. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
If you need to put a separate update out just for the FDCs to go live before, it's going to suck.
Yeah.
My guess is that the update will come either Tuesday after the refresh occurs or Wednesday or Thursday, and then you'll have to buy them Tuesday morning with the grand total of like 12 hours before the force dusting occurs, and then just spend like a madman. Gross.
Can't wait. I can't wait, Garth. I can't wait.
I can.
You can wait. All right.
I don't care.
So, since we've had it now, how do you feel about Darth Maul, hate-fueled, not Darth Maul, Maul hate-fueled, Spider Leg, Spooder Maul kit?
Oh, the kit? It's interesting.
Full of appendages? Yeah.
It definitely is going to be the linchpin into making that team a more viable threat against a lot of other options in the game. But I don't know.
Part of me feels like I'm going to miss Conquest Maul. Like, Seething Rage with Starkiller is actually kind of lit.
Dude. Honest to God, that you get a pop off, go with Maul. He gets the alert. You just start throwing down the Seething Rage, and then
Stranger attacks and Starkiller assists.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And you're like, turn 2, we've called down a ship. Okay.
Yeah. And so there'll be some fun things to go on with that, and I think OG Maul or the new Maul will do really, really well, especially in TW.
Yeah.
But it was like that was the expectation. So like I'm like, okay, well that checks out. Next, I guess my give a care meter is really low because it's like, well, that's what he was supposed to do. Like he's supposed to be really good. He's supposed to be the TW component of the team.
Yep.
It's going to make it a lot more obnoxious to fight. He's going to be doing XYZ things. I honest to God, my biggest complaint with this team is they need to touch up Visas Mars kit to not suck.
And she does kind of suck. That's the
she's
problem.
off. She still can't do the thing. She's too slow. She's got no good abilities. Her one thing is to revive, and there's no way to really. Well, I mean, Starkiller can shorten the cooldown of it to make it less.
Yeah,
but like her unique is so garbage because it was so narrow.
It was designed to work in the Sith raid.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was designed for when it came out, which is fine. You know, it was a product of its time. But you're absolutely right. The only thing she really brings is, I revive people when they die.
Well, her counter chance is in Stranger's Kit, right? There is a thing that you get the armor shred when they're countering.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to stop her from countering. It's just like it goes away if she's debuffed immediately. It's like, okay, cool. So she does nothing. There's no way that she doesn't get. Well, I mean, I guess Starkiller Unique does give her the days prevention.
Yeah.
In GAC, but there's just nothing that kind of makes her a bigger issue. And there are so many better unaligned force user light side characters to run with. I mean, looking at Cal Kestis over there, where it's just like, can you guys do anything to make her worth a damn? I don't care if it's on an Omicron. I don't care if you have to, just redo the entire unique. I don't give a care. Give her a whole thing like you did with freaking what's her nuts. The other blue person. Ayla Secura.
Ayla?
Where it's like you have a very strict unique. These things only occur under this condition. Otherwise,
if Stranger is the leader.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it needs to do.
You have exactly, like, you just give her Starkiller's exact phrase on his unique. If you have exactly a Sith in the leader's position, or, one Sith ally, one light side online, one Sith, two dark side online force your allies, and a Jedi ally.
Yeah.
And then these things take effect.
Give the whole team 300% defense. Yay, she's worthwhile.
No, they don't need that with Barris there. Especially with the current Kron. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare.
But, anyways, just anything to make, like, if you want Visas to be there, give her something to make her worth the placement there. Like, just anything to help the team's survivability, to give herself cooldown reduction, because it's like, oh, look at that 8-turn cooldown on the revive, and it only triggers if she has 100% health. This is like, all right, guys, like, there are better things in this game than her, and Seer's not going to miss Cal very often, so it's like, all right, we just lose the Mandalorian Empire team and we throw Maul with Malicos, and then they go wreak havoc. Cool.
Yep.
We're good.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, it feels like that's the better thing. But in my GAC testing, I was able to beat Stranger, Maul, Starkiller. That was a Visas GK comp with Seer, Malicos, Fulcrum, Cal, something, and it was like easy. It wasn't even close. It was just like, oh, I guess we just fucking destroy this.
Yeah, just Control Alt Delete.
Yeah. Again, I imagine a certain element of it is, oh, by the way, we've got 200% armor penetration and 100% crit damage on every Kron. I'm sure that helps. But so did they. He had 100%, 111% max health or something on his team. So it's like, he's still really chunky. But yeah, we kind of fucking dismantled the team super quick. It was like, oh, okay. And there's no Maul. There was no Starkiller. It was just like, that was easy.
Yeah, I know that Spooter Maul will definitely change that. The fracture that just kind of does whatever it wants to do, and a few other mechanics and whatever else. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, the way I'm looking at the team now, because granted, Spider Maul should make the TM loop counters more challenging.
Yep.
In theory. So that will change a few things, but if it's just another dominant offensive teim, I'm just like,
we don't need another one, do we?
Don't need those. Don't need those at all.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the character. I'm glad that we finally got the kit after 2 months. But it's another month of waiting for it to be playable, and so I'm not. I have zero. I'm like in like zero hype mode for like everything until like the last day of Vader's special currency event. and that's it. That's all I can get excited for, because it's like, oh, cool. I can't use them.
Yeah.
Can't do anything with the character.
Yeah, we've got a month left, Garth. We've got a month left before we are able to use all these characters, and we get that fun time of quickly remod everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. It's not gonna be fun, man. It's just like I understand what they're doing with this particular set. I think when you have way less spattering, because I think that's the biggest problem with this particular team, right? Or this particular era, is that we have 7 units. They're all going on 7 different teams. They're all going to change things in 7 different ways. And so it's like, there is so much to get out and test. When they do like maybe 1, maybe 2 teams in an era, I think it won't bother us nearly as much. It'll still be unfortunate to wait the amount of time, but I don't think it will be as taxing, because it'll be a more completed team. It'll be a more completed, it's on its own until it's live kind of thing, like the like Lord Vader clones. It really wasn't worth having Lord Vader clones until you had all
the whole clones. Yeah.
So you were still waiting 2 months 6 weeks for Scorch to come out before you could do anything with it. And so it was like, all right, whatever, not that big of a deal. It's the same kind of mentality behind that. But when you have all of the teams being impacted all at the same time, it becomes very challenging to just sit there and wait. And then we don't know exactly.
We've got to remod 6 teams, basically.
Well, yeah, essentially 7. But it's like, is Inquisitor Barriss good enough to make it onto the main lineup? Is new Luke gonna go live with Leia? Does her taunting more validate what he brings to the team? Does the Wookiees do anything with Choda?
No, they don't.
That means anything,
Yeah, they make that easy SM on Kashyyyk a little bit easier.
Yeah, I auto it now. I don't think I remember the last time I played it, but I mean, I have all the Wookiees at Relic 9, so it's kind of a joke.
Fuck Minko.
I mean, my goal was to have every single team that this new era uses at Relic 9, and I'm very, very close to being done with that farm.
Yeah, how many units are you short on that?
I need 50 more droid brains to get there.
You need Kyrotech.
I have been farming Kyrotech every day.
Every day. Yeah.
All my Get 2 and Get 3 currency goes to Kyrotech. All my GAC currency goes to Kyrotech.
God damn, son.
Well, I mean, it's working. I get about 20 droid brains a week with it. If I just keep, granted, that's a sliding scale of like, it depends. Like TB week is definitely going to be a much more lucrative time, but then some of these Lightspeed tokens break down for 20 of each. And so that kind of, I got the one for the generic Kyber one plus the EP one that was, that was 40 of each for nothing. And so, but I'm close to being done with it. I decided to do the only one I have left to do is Princess Leia. For the
God, you're gonna R9 her as well. Fuck me. Okay.
Well, yeah, because the 3v3 team of Luke. I'll be interested to see if that does anything on its own. I doubt it.
You've already got her army, haven't you?
Yeah, you. So
yeah, of course you do.
Whatever. I have every single army in the game. So
so yes,
350 in the bank. So there's like.
So you're just going to be throwing those armies on for fun. You're just like,
yeah. I just press all the upgrade buttons now.
Even that conquest. Hang on, that reminds me. What have they done for Phalanx? Have they done nothing for Phalanx?
They haven't done anything to it.
Because Galactic Challenges are gone, and Phalanx still has a Phalanx army. I take it.
I believe
so. A GC army. Let's have a look. Phalanx.
I believe that at some point they plan on.
Well, in Galactic Challenges, they need to fix that shit. It's still leaving 20 Omicrons for a game mode that doesn't exist.
Yep.
I
would be
disgusting.
happy if that got turned into. Well, I mean, okay.
TB.
Well, no, well, the TB would be fine because,
Conquest.
but yeah, if it went Conquest, I could live with Conquest. I was about to say, does one of them have a Conquest? Because Boss Ass is TW, Tarples is TB. Is Bombardier Conquest?
No, was he the
Raid.
Boomer was the raid? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the raid. Okay.
At the start of the first turn, the ally shield generated against 10 stacks of plasma shielding. Enemy can't assist while targeting the phalanx. Start of every encounter, whenever an enemy is defeated, all Gungan allies gain 100% evasion. Whenever a Gungan ally uses a special ability the next 2 turns, all Gungan allies have 50% offense on their basics. Expose the target enemy for 1 turn. Whenever the Gungan ally puts defense down, all Gungan allies gain offense up 1 turn. Whenever a Gungan ally attacks out of turn, they remove 20%. Yeah, just make that a conquest thing and it'll still be shit.
Just make that the GAC on me. Come on, let's make Gungans even more.
Four army GAC team. Yeah.
Yeah. No, let's go for broke. We're doing dumb shit. Let's just keep it going.
Why not?
But yeah, they did say, I believe they mentioned they would do something about it at a later date. But I mean, it's like what, maybe 1,500 players that have it that are being negatively impacted by the investment. So
I just want a reason to throw an Omicron on my Gungans.
Just have all the pips gone.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Karth, we have been rambling. We have Tribe Talks questions. So potentially we should do Tribe Talks questions.
We should definitely do those because there's a lot of them.
There's a lot. There is a lot. We'll start off with Bobby's buckets. Bobby loves his buckets. What comp are you thinking for the Stranger? The Stranger Danger. Yeah, what have you been running, Karth?
Well, I mean, it's Stranger, Starkiller, Maul, Cal, Cassis, and Barris with a healer Kron with Barris level 9 and 119% health.
All of the health. Yeah. And you can do it for free.
Yeah, dude, I still have 300,000 plus of every reroll material. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them.
Yeah, it's
the only
crazy
thing
out there.
The only thing that annoys me is the fact that I can like see a Kron mid-season and be like, I'd like to test that next week. I'll just re-roll everything.
I'll just completely change this one. I do that, and then I think I really can't be asked to try and get max rolls on all these stats again.
Dude, honestly, the people that have got like 10,000 rerolls, I'm like, are you just like trying to burn through all of the freaking mats? Because like,
and I bet they still have like 15,000 reroll mats.
They probably do, but I mean, like, I just can't for the life of me figure out like, if I'm within 1% of the max, that's as good as I'm getting. I am not going to sit there and re-roll for 34.99 or 35% crit chance. Like that, no.
Realistically, it doesn't actually make a difference. Like, if you were off by 1%, 1.5%, 2%, you're going to be okay, guys. It's going to be fine. Like, think of the 80-20 rule, you know?
Yeah.
You'll get 80% of the benefit from most of the stats, and 20%. It's not even an 80-20. It's more like a 99-1. Like,
yeah,
just having the same stat on each reroll will be enough. Let alone having the same stat in the top 2%, in the top 1%, in the top 0.5% that you could possibly roll. But I get it. I get it. Some people just really want to re-roll 10,000 times. I'm at like 3 or something, 3,000, something like that.
Crying. I would be so burnt out. Just like, I think I got like somewhere in like the low 2,000s, and that was all I had to do.
I had to do it over several sessions. I did one session where I went to like 2,000 rerolls, and I actually wanted to cry. I was just like, this is hurting my brain.
Wrecked on like the drop of what you wanted.
No, I was just being too fucking pernickety about trying to get, I want a 29 point something, rather than just settling for like a 27. I was just like,
for that 20. There's a 28.98. You're like, I want 29 or greater.
29 or bust, bitch. I did that for a while, and then I realized that that's just a waste of fucking time. Just have a decent roll. And that's okay.
Yeah, dude. I am not gonna care enough to be like, Yeah, that extra 5% made all the difference. There might be one in 10,000 battles where you could maybe make that argument, but it's not going to be the case.
This one ain't it. But I agree with your comp. I do think that Cal Barris is the best. And I mean, unless you're trying to go in and do stupid shit with Ezra Bridger Exile or something like that. Like, I don't believe it's worth breaking up that much. But
no, I don't think. I think with the level 9 Kron, it just Barris adds so much to that team. When you get a lot of health, you have that threat of everyone reviving once anyways for free. The free full health restore when they get below that 25 or 40% threshold. And then if you kill Barris, she's gonna make them hit like a truck. It's like, yeah, okay. With this is not gonna be it's a high threat for what they're. You can do other things, but I don't think it's gonna be nearly as obnoxious of trying to tiptoe around that. So
for sure. So, yep, I'm glad we agree on that. There you go, Bobby Buckets. Your answer is questioned. Roy asks, I wonder what he's going to ask. Best of wishes for 2026. Hope for a good Tribe Talks this year once again. Of course, we'll have a great year of Tribe Talks. After a year of questioning, I'll start with the obvious. Has Garth watched Skeleton Crew episode 2?
No. I even told myself to do it, and I.
You had the whole Christmas period where you did nothing.
Yeah, I had a whole week off of work, and it never crossed my mind to sit down and watch the remaining 7 hours of.
God damn it, Garth! I'm disappointed in you. All right, fine.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Last year with Christmas/Life Day, we got a lot of events. This year we got less events, but double and triple drops. Which do you prefer and why? What are your preferences, Garth?
I mean, I prefer more assault battles and those kinds of things, but I mean, I'm fine with either. It's not like it's the end of the world. A lot of people were really upset about them not coming, and I was like, well, it doesn't, just because it's been the way that it is, doesn't mean that they're not going to change it with the whole new era system. Like, they had precedent to change and do things different, and so they did, and so. They were probably looking at stuff that more players had access to and less players needed to have a widespread of investment to be able to access and take part in, especially with Relic Delta. They were probably not wanting to be too punitive on players, especially newer ones coming into the game. They probably said it'd be what it is. I'm not upset about not having a whole week of assault battles or era battles. I would have loved to have a whole week of era battles. But it is what it is. I'll live without it. Yeah.
I personally prefer, I mean, it's not even the assault battles. For me right now, it's just like, if you just rerun all the era battles, I'll be like, fuck yeah. that gets my engine running, because realistically these days, I don't really care about Kyrotech so much. I know you do, Karth, but that's because you're relic 9ing everything in the world. So I've still got like 3,000 or 2,500 of each Kyrotech that I can break down into droid brains, but I would absolutely love to get more Gerda keypads and, a couple more Omicrons, because I don't have all the Omicrons and all that good business. I'll take that, and the 2,000 crystals from like the Mace event and shit like that. I'd be like, yeah, give me that shit. Give me that shit. Yeah, but I'll take triple drops. It's still great to have bonus drops on your signal data.
The only thing that annoyed me with triple drops is that they would have had me blowing money on all of these energy packs I got in the game right now if they had coincided with triple drops. But that's like, no, why would I bother? Like, I'm getting a chance to maybe get one extra.
Yeah.
Because it's the only node that I can actually farm right now that's giving anything bonus is the Cantina. It's like, so I maybe might get one extra tier 3 Citadel Data if I go, and I'm like, I'm not going to go blow 30, 40, $50 on energy to do that. No, thank you. I'm good.
Well, exactly. So I feel you. I get it. Okay, cool. So let's look at the very next question. Sorry, I've for some reason I've closed down my Discord page. There it is.
Change rewards.
Should CG change rewards? Oh, for TW in particular, droid brains are farmable now, and the reroll mats are not needed due to. Well, I mean, the reroll mats are only not needed for this set, right? Like,
well, let's be real. The next set's probably not needing
and,
them either.
yeah, well, to be fair, yes. For this set or the next set, I think CG do need to change the rewards in a more broader sense. I think CG needs to just overhaul TW like ground up.
They still need a guild PvP, but TW is just gonna end up going the way of the dodo. I don't think the game mode is reflective of where they want to go. And so and that's fine, but change the rewards. No, they shouldn't touch TW unless it's going to either be updating it or taking it out back and putting it down like old Yeller and bringing in a new puppy.
Putting her down, boys. Let's go.
But that's really the only thing that should come out of that, because the reward shouldn't go away. I think players should still have access to the rewards. I don't like the concept of taking anything away from players that they had access to. So if they want to tweak TW to make it more interesting or thematic, sure, great. I think they should just look at a different mode of how guild PvP works, something that allows for more time and less of a, cluster of 24 hours of chaos for people that really care. But yeah, I wouldn't touch the materials at all, or the rewards, unless you're going to touch the game mode and do something different with it.
Yeah. I think that's a fair enough statement. And finally, he says, because this is the first of the 2026, a bonus question. There are rumors that Starkiller might be coming in the next season of Ahsoka. Are you excited or scared for this cameo/live version? That's
if it's Sam Witwer playing it, then I'm excited. Like, Sam Witwer won't screw it up. And with Dave Filoni there, he's going to let Sam Witwer do his thing. Like, that's not going to get...
I think
that can't be anything but good.
The only issue is if they don't cast Sam Witwer, then I think it's a misstep.
Massive one.
A massive misstep. And if they do cast Sam Witwer and then they just fucking destroy his character, that will suck. Because there are so many people that absolutely love Starkiller that if they pull a Book of Boba Fett on Starkiller and they completely change who he is, like that's going to be disappointing. I can understand them lowering his power level because he needs to be adjusted. It's just a little bit broken. He needs to be brought down into reality a little bit in terms of power scaling. But if they get his character, because he's quite a nuanced character, Starkiller is. He's quite troubled. He's quite tortured. If they keep that essence of who he is as a person and build that into something broader, I think it could be amazing. But who knows? Who knows? Good questions. Thank you, Roy. Appreciate you, brother. Next question comes from Grogu. How you doing, Grogu, buddy? He's a regular within the tribe. Following from today's video, that was a week ago. I don't know what that video was. Where do you think... Oh, Batuu. Batuu fits into this year. It's a Relic 1 anniversary, so Andor content makes sense. TM&G is going to be a big deal heading into the summer. Oh, The Mandalorian and Grogu. So it seems like a lock for Era 2 or 3, and with SWOTOR's 15th anniversary, suggests Satele as a conquest unit with a possible era related to her. Well, we've had that confirmed since that comment, so yes, Satele is indeed the next conquest unit. Could Batuu instead be related to the Colosseum, considering the place near a lot of other Colosseum-related images, such as the crowd image? Yes, so the Colosseum in Galaxy of Heroes is on Batuu. You can see it in the background. Like, you've got all the spires and everything like that. So when I saw that data mined image, it looked like it was an error background picture, but maybe it was just some unused artwork for the Colosseum that they didn't use, because that could be true as well. So it might well just be nothing. It might well just be nothing, and we get nothing for Batuu.
Well, it might just have been an intro clip they didn't end up using, because they did change how the not the change, but the intro to every boss, which, rotates, and they have their own little intro to it. So it could have just been something from that too, where they were just maybe they'll change what we fight at some point. Who knows?
Yeah. So I don't know. We might just not see anything. I was thinking it was going towards Thrawn stuff. Maybe we will still get Thrawn stuff, but this next era is still up in the air for me. I don't know what it could be. It could obviously be Old Republic related, but they've said before, and they've proven it before, that conquest units do not necessarily tie into errors. So this could just be no, it could just be like a standalone. By the way, we're getting Satele. You know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I would love more Old Republic stuff.
Wouldn't you just?
Wrong,
yeah.
But outside of that, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Next question comes from Running Baldman. He says, thinking ahead to the future raids, if the big bad for Ahsoka Season 2 is Abeloth, could CG turn that into a raid? Presumably there would be characters in Season 2 that could come through. If it was, I can't see that happening this year. You know, I can't see us
this
getting...
year, no.
Next year,
no.
maybe. This year, no. I don't think so.
Maybe next year, but I can't see them doing anything with that. I can't see them doing... I don't know if they will do enough with Abeloth in Ahsoka Season 2 to even warrant...
doing a raid.
Being or even being introduced to the game. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah. So maybe, but probably not. Maybe in a year's time again, if she's even the villain. Okay, Eric R says, does IG-90 have a better leadership at error level 65 than Luke to score more? In my opinion, yes. I always use IG-90 lead right now. I've done that since error level 60.
Yeah, it really comes down... I mean, if you're willing to do multiple stabs at it, it really just comes down to some of the RNG of the run. I think you will squeeze more damage out of IG-90 if you're willing to give it a couple of goes, because depending on how the AI decides to, you know, do they use the AoE or do they use a basic on a turn that you know gives you more time to get out the true damage, or or does the extra durability from Luke's lead give you the time to just keep getting more turns in. So it goes both ways, but overall, IG has a much higher damage threshold that they can get to, but it's not going to be every run won't land you in the same spot. You have to attempt it a couple of times because your debuffs getting landed or getting resisted will slow you down. So there's a whole lot of nuance to it. Can it do better? Definitely. But it's not every time. You might have to take a couple of whacks at it to push that score up.
Yeah. Agreed. Next one comes from XL Minato. He says, are you going to R10 Satele Shan? Not personally. Garth?
I might. She is a tank, so she benefits from it a lot. But if the team's not going to do anything more than what I'm assuming is Malgus level power, I don't have a strong inclination to do it.
I'll definitely R9 her. Like, there's no question I'm R9ing her.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
All that true damage from her max protection, she's getting that R9. She's getting that.
Which is also a great argument for R10, but again...
Yeah, but R10 is just so much more scarce. That's the only problem.
Well...
For peasants. For filthy commoners, R10 is scarce. Yeah, but for people like Karth, less so. How many R10s are you on now, Karth?
13.
13 R10s. There you go.
I have more R10s in the month it's been in the game, or maybe let's say 5 weeks, or has it been longer than that? When did it come in the game? Mid-November? 2 months. Okay.
On Tuesday it'll be 2 months, right?
Yeah. I have more R10s in the 2 months it's been in the game than in the 2 years R9 was in the game.
Those packs are juicy. Packs are juicy.
It's more or less the only reason I am more avid about my R10 investments is I do not think it will take a full year for R11 to come to the game. I honestly think, because of that data mined image that you've been over a couple of times, I think it's coming with May the 4th. If it does not come with then, I would be very, very shocked.
I think it's coming 6 months. Like, I can see it coming relatively soon. And I can see it being at least a yearly thing that we just get more.
Well, I think what they'll do is that Relic 11 will come May the 4th. Then Relic 12 will come with the next year's anniversary. And then it will go to once a year. Because we, honest to God, need to spread the Relic levels apart enough to make the Relic Delta mean anything. Because like if I'm at relic 12 and you're at relic 9, that's going to be a struggle for you. So if you want to compete with me at the top end, you're going to need to get to relic 10 to be able to do that, which means there's a nice barrier there of what players can get into versus what whales are spending for their advantage. And so I think they're going to quickly kind of tick us up.
And CG loves a spenny environment. They like it when people are dropping their hands into their wallets. It makes sense.
No, I agree with you, but I just think that's it makes the most sense. Otherwise, Relic Delta is going to just stagnate in its own filth while it waits for the development to come out. Because I mean, unless you're blowing fat loads of cash, it's going to take a minute to get a decent amount of Relic 10s. But if it doesn't come quick enough to widen the gap between free-to-play players and spenders, then the lag time is gonna kill the entire intent of buying the advantage. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Next question comes from Casey Wonder. He says, would you like an error planet for Rote? 2 missions, uses your episode units only and summoned units for their expected teams, lets them do something semi-useful. I think that's too nuanced.
It's too nuanced, but I wouldn't mind, take out the back half of that statement, I wouldn't mind having a planet that is only available during an era, and so we can have rotating planets. I would be okay with that, so that we have something new that comes with every era to kind of...
Oh, right, but doesn't necessarily use era units. It's just just seasonal planets that come around.
Yeah, seasonal planets, but let's say that the teams we fight are the era unit teams that are coming out.
Why not? Yeah.
So that we have a little bit of experience combating them. And you put it
all they have to do is they can do what they can, instead of having a planet, they could have a warp within the galaxy that takes you to the world between worlds, and there's like seasonal content. You go in there's like 3 CMs and an SM, and it will have error-based units, and it's all on the world between worlds. And that would explain why you can fight random shit like, Stormtrooper Luke with Rebels, or EP Mara Jade with Darth Vader Duel's End, or, Stranger with Maul.
I would be fine with that. I would be fine with that use of it as well. Just something that gives a little bit more use of what's going on with the era system, but I think TB needs something in it to make it more interesting than like one planet every other year. God, please give us a freaking TB unit again. I need another one.
Oh, please, yes.
4 years of what's her nuts,
Reva
sister is enough.
Yeah.
Please give me anyone. Also, and I will be mentioning this to a Mr. Meathead tomorrow when he's at work. With Relic 10 coming to the game, if Reva doesn't get her damn stats fixed,
she ain't getting Relic 10.
No, I just looked at the other day. I'm like, they still didn't fix it with her. Like, I get it, but
let me check.
If she's a freaking tank, give her the bulk. Like, she misses out on so many stats.
God, she's only gaining 4,000 prot going to R10.
Yeah, she should be gaining a ton more than that, though.
Yeah. She should be gaining like 20,000 prot, right? Going to R10 as a tank.
Tanks go from 35 to 45, so they should be gaining 10,000 per health and almost 13,000 protection.
Yeah, and she's just gaining 4,100 prot. And she's gaining 2,000 health though. So yay!
Yeah, but she's a freaking
she's a tank.
She's got the tank tag, so she should be getting those stats. It's like, come on,
come on.
But the thing is too, though, is that you got to take into consideration if she was actually the tank tag, the 30,000 that she goes to at max for her health should actually be 45,000. So she's missing 15,000 there as well. On top of she's missing 20,000 protection.
Yeah, she's missing loads.
She's missing a ton of stuff. It's just like, all right, it's been this way since Relic 9 release. Can we Now that Relic 10 is here, can we just circle this wagon real quick? I don't care if you make me take her back to Gear 13 for a day and make me reapply the stats. I don't care.
Redo all of it.
Fix it. Fix the damn thing. That's all I need.
It does need to be fixed, to be fair. It does need to be fixed. All right. Okay. So let me grab the next question then. Smasher Bob asks, what is one quality of life change that you would like CG to bring to the game?
I don't know.
There's no quality of life game.
There's a ton. It's just hard to go like narrow it down to like one particular thing. You know, you could sit here about mod management, Datacron management. You could talk about
data disk management.
Yeah, data disk management. Yeah, there's so many inventory things you could hash on about. A lot of inventory stuff. Quality of life is what I'd hope for.
For me right now, the one thing I would really like is a glossary that I could look at any point and I can just see what does every single debuff, what does every single buff do, and I can just read it and I can see it, and you could click through and see which characters apply it and shit like that, because it's a pain in the ass trying to find out, like, I've got to find the very first person that does this particular debuff to find out what this debuff does. Like, we should have a glossary. Yeah. It's going to be a mess. That would take them so long to build.
Yeah.
They would have to find all of it.
It makes them zero money, which is like
makes them zero money. Yeah.
Yeah. The first way to guarantee a QOL won't come to the game. Yeah. They can't profit off of it.
They're like, nah, it's going to cost us way too much man hours to build in. We'd have to constantly maintain it, and it makes us no money. Like, I would like to see a glossary. That would be great, in my opinion. But yeah. Next question comes from Stars. He says, with Sotil coming to the game, do you think this year might give us more Old Republic, or is she just a one-off? Also, do you think they will create a new Jedi for the JML team for Revan's spot? If not, who do you think should take it? We've kind of gone over this already in the chat.
We hash this out a little bit. I'm hopeful that it's not a one-off, but I would be also not surprised if it was. As for the replacement for JML, I think it comes down to, it depends on what you're countering. GMY is not bad because of the turn meter on basic, so calling him feeds turn meter, which feeds buffs, which feeds foresight, which gives some more survivability. There are some pros with that mechanic. Outside of that, though,
his first special as well is really useful for recycling the cooldown on inherited teachings. I know that's really minor, but it's got a 2-turn cooldown, so if he gets a turn it's on cooldown, you can hop, and then you're like, I can use it.
Yeah.
So
outside of that, though, there's just not a lot of good ones, and then you would start going down the rabbit hole of like Datacron dependency.
Yeah.
But JML needs either somebody who can hit hard or can provide utility. So I think in the short run, GMY would probably be my first answer. Or you could look at the potential of, Cam there just to hit hard. But outside of that, look at my top few rows of Jedi. I mean, maybe if this stupid density persists where there's just nothing going, like you're not penalized for sacrificing a team, you could move General Skywalker into the lineup and just have a big heavy hitter and have some fun, because that does prevent the out of turn crits and stuff like that he provides to
and he'll give cooldown increases on the enemy.
Yeah, so there might be something like that could be worth your time if you can sacrifice 501st from doing anything. Otherwise,
and right now that's a bit of a tall order, because 501st currently are fucking monstrous. They are so good right now.
That the way they allowed fives to interact with gas is stupid.
Yeah,
that is the dumbest thing in the world. I can't believe that.
I love the 501st right now. They're brilliant. Like, you can take out PK Hondo. It's like,
I know, it's so dumb. It's so dumb that it can do that. That's the only thing that annoys me.
But it's like, yeah, they can take out PK Hondo, but also if you just put a standard gas team on defense, that's still fucking horrific right now. With a good tank cron and like shitload. I'm using full protection to make the team just
Yeah.
survive. They're just like such a nightmare to kill.
It can be, if you have Treya open, Treya just
Oh yeah, and Treya
Yeah.
things, right?
Dad, thanks for all the free bonus protection with all the blinds. Thank you. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where, again, we circle back to the exact same problem. The board's not big enough to make certain things make sense anymore. Just like,
because teams getting countered isn't the problem. It's the limited number of teams that we can set is the problem. Because nobody wants unbeatable teams. You don't want a team that are like, the fuck, I just can't beat that. You want teams that have got just a handful of counters, and then you need enough teams on defense to make it a very difficult puzzle for people to chew through, to use everything, right? And we just have too many solutions for teams on defense right now. I feel.
I agree.
Now, next question then. Bubba Joe says, greetings to the binary of the Tribe Talks. Binary of Tribe Talks. Binary. Can you slice us a program to improve our gaming skills? No, we're both really shit at this game. When is it too late to invest in raid teams? New account here since the anniversary, and I'm close to getting R9 Tarkin Scorch. That's great. Both of them are 5+ currently. Should I absorb the technical debt for this raid? Tarkin plus some low-level Vanguard and Hondo Lifter? Or is the ROI in trying to get a second team up and running for this raid? When should low-spending players start to pool resources for whatever the next raid might be? That's a lot.
Sorry.
Yeah. I completely agree. Until CG announce a new raid, keep on investing. Like, just keep getting that shit, dude.
Well, do like you said, do the low hanging fruit, low investment, high scoring teams. Tarkin, Scorch, double Hondo if you can get to unlocking Hondo. But
PK Hondo, OG Hondo, that's great value. Like,
but you want to do the low hanging fruit, the biggest bang for your buck. Yeah, it's gonna be a few remods, a few retries, but you're gonna get a lot more out of it than you would otherwise. But honest to God, the only time that I can reasonably tell somebody to quit investing in the raid is under two conditions. Basically, if further improvement is not going to meaningfully change your guild score unless everyone's going to do something in that capacity, or two, they finally announce the new raid and they're like, 3 months out, new raid dropping. Yeah, quit investing at that point. But until that's announced, you should still move teams forward, because most of what's required for this current raid is not a bad investment. Maz is great. PK Hondo is great. The Clone Troopers are great. Jedi Vanguard is pretty. Mace is getting better the longer he's out. Better data ground support, but Kelleran's not bad.
And he's still great in TB. And to be honest, you need R7 Kelleran Beck anyway for Bo-Katan Mandalore. And R7 Kelleran Beck can get 600k solo. Like, that's great. Like, that's easy low-hanging fruit. There's a lot of individual units that can do stuff like that. So you don't. I'm not saying everybody needs to get 12,115,000 and max out the personal track, but just R9 Scorch and Tarkin alone is not a wasted investment, even if the raid goes away. Like, Lord Vader with R9 clones is still worthwhile and will continue to be worthwhile the more relic levels come out. Getting an R9 PK Hondo, you already need R9 OG Hondo to get PK Hondo. You want R9 Hondo anyway, PK Hondo, because he's a really good GL, truth be told. So that's going to be another 3.6 million. So it's like, it's not a wasted investment just because the raid's disappeared. It's still worthwhile. But I agree. Yeah, until the new raid gets announced, don't worry about missing out on that investment, because everything is kind of worthwhile regardless.
Maybe don't take the new Bad Batch to Relic 9,
fuck
but
those guys.
Like Maz is a great team. The Jedi Vanguard faction makes really good teams. They're useful characters, and then the clones are still useful. And you can, if you don't want to do both Jedi Vanguard teams, you can just do the clone split, and that gets you those two teams as well. So there's a lot of ways to budget yourself into a good max run attempt or high score with little investment. Well, not as much investment.
Yeah, agreed. So we're going back to Grogu now for some questions. Do you think the upcoming era will be an indicator of what the next raid will be? Could they be new Bad Batch stuff, like raid units, but don't indicate what the raid will be? So like Bad Batch has got no real connection to the Order 66, but they're Order 66 raid. What do you think changes? Oh, no, okay, so that's the first question. So do we think next era is going to be indicative of the new raid? Personally, no. I think it'll have nothing to do with it. I don't think they're ready for a new raid.
No, I think the new raid comes out at the next anniversary.
End of the year, you mean, like November, December time? Okay.
Yeah, we'll run a year and a half on this one. The raid empirically isn't a fantastic spot for players for time needed to get the job done. People enjoy it. It's not nearly as taxing on the player base as the Naboo raid was. Unless they have something on par or better, there is no reason to push the milestone further faster. They're just let it ride. People will deal with an extra 6 to 9 months of this raid before they're like, oh yeah, well, what we decided was to go back to the Naboo style raid, so you guys can go spend an hour and a half doing your raids twice a week.
Yeah, no thank you. Not doing that. No. Yeah, so I think this raid is going to take a little bit longer. I don't think what we see in the next era will be indicative, and I don't think it has to be. CG has already shown that. He also asks, what do you think about the changes to Datacron listed below? What does it suggest about the future of Datacrons? So 1, we've not got FDCs released. We might get some. We might get some still. 2, we've had higher relic requirements. R2 for relics for levels 1 to 3, R4 to 4 to 6, and R6 for 7 to 9. And they're only now lasting 3 months instead of 4 months. CG has kind of flipped back and forth for the requirements on Datacrons recently. Like, the anniversary ones were like Gear 10 to like Relic 1. It was weird. They've got really weird requirements.
Well, so, I mean... It's not unprecedented. They've done that in the past when they're trying to get new player engagement into what's going on. So you got a data concept that is literally as broad as it can be, besides the level 6 being, if the character is alive, this occurs. So it's pretty broad. They lowered everything down to try and drive as much engagement as possible into that system. And this next one might just be a one-off where it's like that. They might be trying to get something that, honest to God, what's probably happening with this Datacron set is they are trying to get Datacron sets to line up better with the era system. That's probably what's happening. That's probably why it's a complete throwaway, trash-tastic set that no one cares about, besides the people who are like me. We've got tons of resources we got to dump somewhere, and we can't. The 1% over here complaining about their diamond shoes being too tight.
Your wallet doesn't fit your 50s.
No, let alone my hundreds. But the reality is, the FDCs might just not have been able to push out at the time because it was the holiday and that may have not been finished. And so it'll be done before the dusting happens next week. Not next week, the week after, 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
So that's fine. And the higher relic stuff, that's not unprecedented. They're probably just moving towards, making sure that no one the younger counts don't inadvertently invest in them. I don't know, because otherwise it doesn't really matter. Relic 6 at the 7 through 9 is kind of whatever, or it might be a bug and they just didn't fix it and they'll patch it next week.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not entirely sure. I'm wondering if they're trying to course correct as well, like you said, with the whole trying to align Datacrons to their current cadence, because everything is 28 days right now, right? It's all 28-day cadence. It makes sense to me that Datacrons, new sets of Datacrons, should really be dropping into the game when an era ends and they become legacy units. It'll be like, oh, look, the era has ended, all of your era units are now legacy units, and here's all new Datacrons to go with them. That would make sense to me. Currently, we don't align to that. Not really. It's coming out a little bit later, right? Or is it? No, it's coming a little bit too early, sorry, isn't it? It's coming a little bit too early, this new Datacron set.
It's a month early.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's going for a 3-month dust. right?
Well, and they might just be moving Datacrons to be a 3-month cycle, and then and just rotate them through faster to follow the era system. That might be what
Yeah.
they're aiming for.
Maybe that's what they're going for. Who knows? I mean, I don't really mind them being on a 3-month dust. I don't think they need to be a 4-month dust personally, but
Well, the only reason why the 4-month made sense because it's 2 seasons of 3v3 and 2 seasons of 5v5.
yeah.
And so instead of getting 2 seasons of 3v3 and 1 season of 5v5 or vice versa every other set, you get a little bit more viability with what's going on there. But this could be indicative of other things coming to the game. So we don't know. I'm
know.
okay with it because it doesn't really matter. It's like
CG
when
never make
everyone
mistakes.
tells me as a whale I should be upset about the kerfluffle that happened with this last set. I'm like, if you're, I get being upset, but at the same time, you are intentionally throwing money at the worst ROI in the game. Datacrons are the worst return on value for anything. It is just a dick measuring contest when you're spending 80,000 crystals on Datacrons.
And Karth is like, but if it was, my dick would be pretty big.
I mean, it would be a medium average. But you know, that's where I'm just like, yeah, I know what's happening when I invest Datacrons. So it's like I'm setting cash on fire and burning it, and now I'm upset that my cash I put on fire didn't end up with enough coals at the end of the day. It's a really dumb argument for me to have.
The cash you put on fire, somebody pissed on it. You're like, well, yeah. I still can't spend that money.
Yeah, so it's like, if you want to talk about like, yeah, it sucks, but like for everyone's like, oh, well, they're really pissing off the whales. I'm like, sorta. I mean, we're not happy about it, but like, you know, this is like the difference between like murdering my parents versus spitting on my face. I'm not happy about the one, but I'd be probably gonna kill you if it was the other, you know. So it's like, all right, we can kind of put the two in perspective. So you know, it is what it is.
All right. Next question comes from All You Can Eat Breadsticks, which I could really go for right now. With the leak of Spider Mall era rewards for different tiers, do we have enough info to have an optimal farming path for dolphins? As someone who already got all the era tunes to 7-star day 1 to 6, So day 1 to 6, day 1 you got them to 6 stars, 7 stars by the end. Is there any hope to get Spider Mall 7 stars without hundreds more of investment? I mean, you're asking two different questions there, Mr. Breadsticks man. An optimal path for the rewards is to just get to 5 stars. And that requires, I believe, just the 5-card pull, most likely, if you've got the era pass. Because that gets you the lion's share. Because 6-star Mall gives you like 8,000 era currency. But 5-star Mall gets you 5 Lightspeed tokens for Relic 6. And that's the real big payoff. 7-star Mall just gives you 7-star Mall. And a portrait, if you really care about that. Which you'll get anyway when you complete it when it goes Legacy. So if you're just looking for the rewards, you just need to get to 5 stars. All right? You could spend less to get the same amount of rewards in that respect. If you're looking to get the 7-star unlock day 1, you're looking at spending shitloads of money. That's, as we see it right now, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right, Karth? It's like,
yeah, there's no other way around not spending money in the current way it sits. But the you know, this might be a one-off, but the to get the most out of the rewards, 5 stars is going to be great for them. The second part, you know, is there any hope of getting a 7-star without spending? No, there's not. You literally have to shell out another $150 no matter what to get from 70 to 85. You're gonna have to spend that no matter what. There is not enough stuff in the game to get there without more money. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but that's where we're at. So if you don't want 7-star Spider Mole, then
just go for the 5-star. Like,
it's if you have other stuff to spend the Lightspeed tokens on, because what do you? I have no use for
Yeah.
them whatsoever.
Kath, do you not want the breakdown? Do you
I
not
mean,
want the breakdown?
it'll be 120 of each Cairo. I guess that gets me like 4 droid brains.
There you go. Totally worth it.
Yeah, but I mean that's where it's gonna be at for a lot of people, is that they move the goalpost forward. The reality is, and I've mentioned this many times, the money isn't really the issue I run into with the moving the goalpost forward on it. It's that the value on it sucks. You know, I wouldn't care about spending the extra $150 to get to era level 85 to unlock Maul if there was anything else going on with era level 85 besides just burning money and setting it on fire. So, you know, I've gone over that many times. I'm going to, I got some stuff I'm going to kick back to CG on that too for my feedback, but I'm trying to drag out that as long as I can to kind of see, you know, what is coming down the pike. You know, Maul having all these rewards is great. The 5 Lightspeed tokens is fantastic. Basically you're getting enough era currency to get 10 and maybe let's call it 12 total
servos, right?
relic 10 mats. So like there's a lot of value out of this event that we didn't know about either, because I mean, hell, the 5 Lightspeed tokens for people that need them
is huge. That's big.
Huge. That's huge value for people who are early spenders in this game.
For a new player, that's literally Starkiller. Like you could just get Starkiller.
That's a new squad for a lot of players for not a lot of investment into the journey character. 5 stars is not that expensive. It's not cheap.
You can do that free to play. You can do that free to play. It would require you to be top of Fleet Arena and being decent GAC, but you could theoretically just get the pulls and get lucky, or even like minor spending. To be honest, you could probably get there. Like that is really valuable. That is really valuable to the right player. It's obviously for my main account. I've got like Jedi Consular and IPD. Those are the only 2 units that I could use it on. But my alt account is getting 4-star Maul. He loves the extra 2 Lightspeed tokens at Relic 6. Fuck yes. At 4 million GP, that's huge. Like, gimme.
Let me go get like halfway done with most of these journey characters that aren't GLs.
It's amazing.
But yeah, so I mean, I think it'll pencil. They're adding more things in. It'll help balance out, but it's one of those things to where if you're moderately progressed in the games, it doesn't feel as warm and fuzzy as it could. But you know, it is what it is. We'll adapt. We'll move on. We'll get through it. So we'll just live with that as we need to. But
next question comes from Invitado. Thank you. I think that might be a first question from Invitado. I'm not sure. First of all, congratulations to the Tribe Talks. Nice topics, not nice toppings, Karth. We don't have nice toppings around here. Whoa. And amazing information. well, maybe we do have some toppings. Secondly, best wishes for you both in 2026, both personally and professionally. That's so nice of you, Invitado. Thank you, buddy. With very low impact from Relic 10 on GAC, and Relic Delta hasn't really had a big deal impact, can we say Relic Delta hasn't met its purpose, and what are the expectations going forward? That's an interesting question, right? Interesting statement.
I hit on that earlier. Relic Delta is meant to be a dynamic system that changes as more relic levels are added to the game to prevent relic levels just scaling stupid high stats with every improvement, right? And so it's like we won't really understand Relic Delta until that gap widens sufficiently. It is relatively easy to get to Relic 7. Relic 7 versus the very small amount of Relic 10s in the game, you're not seeing that difference. But when players need to start consistently getting to Relic 9 to fight Relic 12, that's going to be noticeable. That's going to be problematic for players. So we are in a system that needed to come to the game, but it's here 2 years before it's probably going to be, oh my God, full Relic 12 team, I'm screwed. I can't fight that. Like that's where we're at right now, is we're kind of waiting for the gap to widen, and then it'll be just fine. It does not need to be more punishing, more severe,
No, I don't
touched
think
at
so.
all.
Yeah.
No. Until we see that, if we're at the point where Relic 8 doubt that's going to be the case. And RD4 is really oppressive. And for players that are not at the top end guilds and in spending, really, that is going to make what the difference in those players. That's going to be their advantage moving forward, is that difference from Relic Delta. And so it's just a wait and see. Give it another 18 months to 2 years, and then it'll probably be one of those things where like, oh my God.
Yeah. And personally, I think Relic Delta does have an impact in PvP. It's just it's not equally distributed across everybody. Like in Bronzium, Relic Delta does a huge amount of difference to my alt account, right? It
does remind me. Sorry, I picked up a Rhodium player, my last run of GAC.
Yeah.
And so I was dunking on him with 69s for every single battle, because
you're just like solo R9 or R10 units.
Brought Relic 10 DR and blew up his entire, Relic 3 team with one Force Lightning ability. It's like I soloed an entire team with Ray, used the lightning ability, and just blew up the board. Anything with AoE was just, it was literally just, I soloed almost everything until like he had like a couple teams that were actually like Relic 5, Relic 6, Relic 7, somewhere in there on defense, where I was like, all right, I need to 2-man it, because, there's enough going on there to where I'm not as comfortable with that. But I mean, again, it's one of those things where it just reminded me, like being at an RD5, which is like, and I'm decimating everything. And so it's like, once you get the gap widened, it'll be fine. It'll serve its purpose just fine. But the interim is going to be boring, because, Relic 10 can still be combated by Relic 7. But when Relic 11 comes and you need to be Relic 8, it's going to make it that much harder. When Relic 12 comes and you need to be Relic 9, and Relic 9 has such low adoption rates already, that's going to be the real friction for most accounts. Going to be more
pronounced, for sure.
Yeah. Competing against those big accounts.
I mean, for my free to play, I'll often still see stuff like Gear 12 Geos on defense, so I can go in with Relic 7 Vader, and Force Crush will kill like 4 Geos. And you're like, okay, yep.
I'm getting great value.
So, you get a lot of that action going on. Okay, next one comes from Gaz Loves Games. Some questions that first come to mind for tonight's debates. 1. Feels like the rewards for each mole stage for the Lightspeed tokens you showed from the data mines seem to be hidden from us. Do we think this may be because a new monetary shard pack may appear on the Journey release, or last-minute sales boosts? Many have bought more packs knowing the Lightspeed tokens would be rewards. I'm pretty sure aren't all of the marquee packs still available in store right now for this era?
The $12.99 ones.
Just the big booster packs, is it?
No, just the basic one.
Just the one pulls.
Yeah, the one pull.
Right.
So that's the only thing left in the stores. Everything else finishes after the week that the marquees over.
I wouldn't be surprised if they brought back some marquee packs, or maybe they do Ascension packs with like. I think we saw that with the era battles for like Nightfall era. Did we see Ascension packs that gave us a smattering of all the clones?
We did see a few towards the end of when Mace was releasing. We saw some packs come out that had clone stuff of that. So I wouldn't be surprised, because we had a pack that just came out over the holiday that had Luke shards in it.
Did we? I didn't even look.
Huh?
I didn't even see. I probably had him at 7 stars.
It was a slice of bundle that had like 30 Luke shards in it for an absurd cost.
Yeah,
for what you were getting. But will we see stuff come back? Yeah, because they've already said there's already like a catch-up pack that's coming with Varys' release and things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised they do stuff like that through the last month that it's around for people to try to push that 5-star unlock. Because I mean, 5 free Lightspeed tokens, that's a lot of value for 20,000 crystals.
And get you Afra, get you Star Killer, it'll get you so many different things that you could like. It basically would get you, if there wasn't having Mandalorian Lightspeed tokens coming up, it would basically get you Bo-Katan Mandalore. You just need one more relic level on your unit. It's fucking huge. It's really, really good. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some new packs come into the game to try and, tune into people's FOMO. Of course it is. These games are built on it. Next question from Gaz says, what do we think the future may be with Satele on the horizon? Are we hoping for GL Revan, New Old Republic, or Satele? We've kind of gone over this already in the chat today. Yeah, I mean, we're both hopeful, right?
Yeah, I would love GL Revan. I would love building up a new team for him and then just having her as a requirement. And maybe add a couple new Old Republic era Sith and Jedi so that we can fill out, the team a little bit on each direction. But outside of that, I'm hard pressed to say that CG is going to walk away from the thematic releases that are coming later this year and not doing anything with them. So I'm on the fence of which way they could go. But I'm hopeful for Old Republic content because I like that content more than I like the new stuff. So I'm hopeful for that.
Yeah. Little bit of bias, but it's all good. It's fine to have a bit of bias. And finally, he says, some of us are likely desperate to play with balls again soon. Do we see legendary giveaways to make the regular comeback in the future? Obviously, Meathead went away over the holiday period, so I wasn't going to be pestering him to do giveaways. He did a giveaway on our Friday night stream. I'm not actually sure what people got because we had a few shots and I can't remember what happened. But yes, is what I'll say to that. We will be trying to do giveaways. We've got Inquisitor Barriss coming on Tuesday. I will speak to Meathead to see if we can do a giveaway for Barriss shards, and then furthermore for Darth Vader Duels End in 2 weeks' time. Stay tuned to my Discord channel for updates on potential giveaways in the future. Cool. Next question comes from Breezy Karth. You feeling breezy now? Yeah, breezy-ish.
More drafty.
Drafty. Yeah, that's the winter, that is. Could the error system be a trap for some players? I checked today, and I can count Maul plus all the marquees will be 11 Zetas add-on. However, many Omicrons for GAC and TW, or both depending on preference. Is there a risk that players won't realize how many resources they need and fall behind? Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's the downside of 7 characters coming to the game all at once. But the caveat to that as well is it depends on how far you're progressing, right? Level 85 will give every single character you have their Zetas. The only thing you won't get with those characters unlocked when the era concludes is the Omicrons. And so, yeah, there's 3 on Maul, that's 60, 2 on Vader, that's 100. You have 1 on Chota, 1 on IG-90, 1 on Asajj. That's another 60, so there's 160. And then you got the both Luke and Barriss are 3v3, so they're only for 10. So you got 180 Omicrons that you need to have if you want to do all of them. But at the same time, you dial everything back from that and go, most people are only going to be doing GAC Omicrons, and most people are only probably going to touch the 5v5 one. So at that junction, you only have 3 to do. So, I mean, it's a caveat on to how far you want to progress, but I think a lot of players, yes, aren't keeping tabs on that when they go through, and they will have an inclination to want to buy Zeta and Omicron materials. And I guarantee you, when the era ends, those packs will be coming. You saw the new artwork for the new Mega Zeta bundle. It just looks like Zetas are falling out of the sky with that artwork, and so don't be surprised to see those as well.
For me, genuinely, the more pertinent thing is actually just signal data. Because, like, I've been having so much fun just relicing 7, relic 8, relic 9 units. And I'm like, oh, crap, I've got a month to save up R7 to R9 on 7 units. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mostly
damn it.
that's where I've been at. Like I keep looking at like, wouldn't it be cool if I just brought this character up for funsies or
Yeah.
for TB or whatever else? And I'm like, you have 7 characters to Relic 9 in a month. You need to just like focus solely on that. And then once you've got all of
Yeah.
that saved,
Oh,
then if you get beyond that, you
So-
can give a character.
Swugger Player just confirmed from our Friday night giveaway from Meathead, everybody won 3,000 crystals. That's not fucking bad. I would take 3,000 crystals. Why do I never win my own giveaways, Garth? I have all of the power.
Yeah, about to say like you should just start giving in your ally code.
So when Meathead says, give me 9 ally codes, and I just give him my ally code 9 times, he's like, wait a minute.
I mean, I think he'd figure that out.
He
But
might-
if your
he
ally
might
code
suss
was
it out,
in
yeah.
the mix, he may not. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, I could sneak it in there. No, I have too much integrity for that. But yes, Breezy, I don't think it's necessarily a trap. I just think it's very easy for people to not realize. They won't plan accordingly. I think it'll happen once, and then people will learn. You know, they'll burn their hand on the stove once, and they'll be like, next error, I won't let this shit happen.
Yep.
Next question comes from Tommy. Tommy, how you doing, buddy? He says, with the data mine showing the rewards for the upcoming mall event, do you think it's worth it for those sitting at 45 out of 65 error pass buyers on all our error tunes to push them to 5 stars? Rough math, depending on the polls, would be most likely $100 to $150. When you put it in that context, I would rather look at it from just save your crystals and use your crystals. Don't spend extra cash. Because $150 to get an extra, because you're looking at 3 lightspeed tokens, right? Because you're already at the 4-star.
Yeah.
$100 to $150 for 3 lightspeed tokens at Relic 6 is not it for me. So no, I would say just curb your crystal spending enough to try and offset it. And if you can't do that, I would just let this one blow you by and prepare for the next one.
It's 4,000 crystals per if you hit the 5s on all of them or the 7s on all of them.
Sevens, he would need to have what, 20? So he'd need 3 pulls. Yes, 4,000 crystals. 4,000 crystals per character. 4,000 crystals times 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need. So yeah. Well, no, it's only times 5.
Oh yeah, it's only times 5 because you only need a Sarge, don't you? You don't need Vader.
No. Yeah. You only need
Barris. Sorry, you need you need it up to Barris.
Vader is only required for tiers 3 and 4.
Yeah, for 6-star and 7-star.
Yeah, and Vader only is required at error level 70 minimum for the.
Yeah, because the last one doesn't have an error level requirement, but the recommendation from the early data mines was 80 or 85, right? Something like that. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, the announcement said the requirements were level 85.
Oh, well, that was it. Yeah, but the video didn't show it. The video said there was no requirement. Yeah. So I wouldn't drop $100 on it. I would try and curb your crystal spending. So don't refresh shit. Like literally, if you just didn't refresh for a month, you would have the crystals to.
And there is a small outside chance that somewhere in the. Keep in mind, it is a month-long event.
Yeah.
There might be somewhere in the interim between point A to point B that they bring out a pack that you could more cheaply get those 5 characters to 5 stars than splurging. So that might lower your cost. So you have an inclination to wait until the very last minute if you have to. Mm-hmm. But again, if you were going to spend $150 on friggin' 3 lightspeed tokens, there is a whole bunch of bundles in the store right now that would get you way farther in the game than, do the R2D2 bundle with Imperial Remnant, do the all Hans on deck bundle, get them all R6, do the Ewok bundle. I know it's a terrible idea.
Terrible faction. I refuse to buy it.
The rabies must be spread. Do the Bad Batch bundle, do the Razor Crest. There's the value you would get out of those Lightspeed bundles right now in the game, vastly for the cost, vastly more superior than having the agency to select 3 characters to Relic 6. So if you're looking at pure cost points, then if you want to spend the money, it's better spent somewhere else than there. Otherwise, wait it out. If you absolutely at the 11th hour gotta have those 3 Lightspeed tokens, wait for the month, see what happens. If you don't get it, you can always pick it up right before the era ends and move on with your life and enjoy setting your money on fire for those 30 seconds of warmth.
Yeah, I mean, all of that sounds lovely to me. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think you should be spending the money. So next question comes from Smeagol. He says, what do you think of the new data disk that will prevent the enemy team from being defeated until the leader is defeated as a way to deal with Relic Delta in Conquest? If you hadn't seen it, it's for getting the 250 kills on the challenge path. So, yeah, this is the feat data disk, I think they call it. It's like F34T. So it's leet speak for feat, and it's a data disk that you can equip that whilst the enemy leader is alive, you can't kill the enemy units.
Yeah, they can't die, so you can do the debuffs and everything else. Yeah.
I mean, and buffs. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, why not?
I mean, it really comes down to the team that you're trying to inflict them on, because if you can't get things single target, then you could inadvertently kill the leader. But I mean, as it stands right now, too, Conquest doesn't have Relic Delta active in it in the next one.
It doesn't.
That will probably change with the next update for next week. It probably didn't make it into last week's update, but they had time in between. So
I spoke to Meathead about it. Apparently, they're just not pushing it live for this one.
Oh,
yeah.
This one or this next set?
And I can't confirm on that.
No clarification.
That's all I have to go on. Like, it's not going live with this one. So. Okay. Yeah. Maybe it's going to be for this whole trio. Maybe it's going to be.
This is what happens when you take vacation. That's the
exactly.
You shouldn't take vacation.
Yeah, no holidays ever. All right.
Solve the problem. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a good solution. It fixes a lot of the issues. If there was something on there if there was something on there that was like, you can't lose your units whilst your leader is alive as well, that would help when you've got low relic units. But they want people to invest. They want to reward people that have over-invested, not under-invested. So, I mean, come on. Anyway, last question.
Conquest is not that challenging.
Well, yes, it's the guy with 7,900 relic 9s.
I mean, and the guy who probably hasn't played Conquest outside of grinding for
Carthrick, don't pretend like you, I don't know, whore out your account for somebody else to do all your conquest work for you. You don't do that. You would never break terms of service like that, surely.
Never.
You do it all yourself. You sly little fox, you.
Yep.
Last question comes from Aragon, and he says, What do you do when you can't decide to upgrade TB tunes that already have TB Ommis, like Gungans or clones to R9, or R9 Chompy Bros and Enoch for their recurring once a month? I don't actually know what you're asking. Am I going mad?
No, they're trying. Like, how do you decide between upgrading teams for different game modes, like different game mode rewards? The short answer is you should never in your life choose to upgrade a team for TB that A, doesn't reward anything, or B, in general, because one extra CM is not going to do anything for you. That's the downside of TB and TW, is that it takes 50 players to do it, to make it make sense. So unless your guild's gonna get everybody to get, Kira to Relic 8 and L3 to Relic 8, so you can do that special mission.
No, I'm not doing it. Oh yeah, anyway.
Then there's not a real reason to push for them. So you're always better off, always and forever, better off investing into what progresses your account in resource economy. Like, you should always be if you have to choose between Gungans for TB or Chompy Bros for the Peridia Patrol, that shouldn't even be a question.
Chompy Bros.
Chompy Bros. Because there's no reason to invest into TB teams, because they're just not going to do enough to make a meaningful difference in your account.
The only caveat was that if you just really like TB, and, you know, if you're just one of those guys that just like, yeah, I fucking love TB, I want to have more fun teams to use TB. Like, that's the only real reason, in my opinion, to really lean into TB. I've only just started applying TB Omicrons at 14.6 million GP because I only just now have the absolute freedom to be like, TB Omicron, yeah, I could do that, and it doesn't impact me. You know, like, doesn't impact me negatively because I've got all my good GAC Ommies. I've got all my TW Ommies. I'm just like, yeah, I've got enough Omicron income that it doesn't really matter. But realistically, TB is like the bottom of the pecking order as far as I'm concerned. If it would be completely different if CG released a brand new planet and it's a really hard fucking unlock, but if you got the TB Ommi, it's like an auto in 3 seconds, I would probably consider dropping that TB Ommi, right? Especially if that planet gave me something really juicy, like a brand new unit. I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go down to Pound Town. But generally, I invest on things that give me stuff back, and TB just doesn't really give stuff back.
No.
Yeah, and it requires, like Carl says, requires 50 people to do the same thing. All right.
For the SMs in particular, but it's one of those things where you just don't move the needle enough by getting one more CM done that your guild's going to massively notice the impact. So you're always better being selfish when it comes to those high relic investments, to prioritizing whatever increases your economy.
Yeah. And we, Karth, are officially out of questions. Is there anything that you would like to discuss? Because I would like to go to bed. It's midnight.
No. Since we're already an hour late getting out the door, I'm thinking we just let me shut up and get the outro out of here. So
sounds
we could be here for another hour, and you would be half asleep at the wheel.
I mean,
or completely asleep.
I would literally be asleep, and we would wake up in 6 hours' time, and I'd be like, I gotta go work. And I would be grumpy all day. And I don't want to be grumpy on a Monday, Karth. Not on a Monday.
I do, but just because it's more fun to be an asshole some days than...
Sometimes you gotta be an asshole, huh? All right.
Ironically, they cost the same, so...
It doesn't change shit for me. They just have a worse day of it. Yeah, that's great. All right, cool. Karth, it's been great. First Tribe Talks knocked out of the park for the year. I'll see you again on Sunday, I guess.
This next one? Yeah.
This next one.
I should be here until the one on the 8th.
Yeah, so till the start of Feb, and then we'll be off for a little bit.
The next 4 weeks I should be here.
Cool. Amazing. Thank you, Karth. Big love, brother. Everybody at home, thank you for listening. Give the stream a like before you go, and we'll see you all, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, everybody. Big love.